podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
You don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the Boxing Voice.
What up, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Thursday, previews and prediction day. Not much to preview or predict, or should I say not much to predict, because there's not any fights till June, but there's plenty to preview, plenty to discuss. A lot of people talking tough, and we got to see when Hovey, baby. When 19 is over, you see how I caught that? When 19 is over, are we really going to get these tough guys doing tough things, man? But look, we got a jam-packed show, a lot of news, a lot of notes, a lot of headlines, some pretty big names like Crawford and AJ, Wilder, Fury, Erickson Lubin. The names go on and on for today's show, so stick around. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that thumbs up button, future, present, past. It helps with the visibility of the show. It helps us grow. Take it a step further. Head on over to patreon.com/The Boxing Voice and buy us a cup of coffee for as little as $3. You can probably ask everybody we interview a question. Yeah, my name is Nestor Gibbs. Let's get this thing going.
I'm the most brutal, most vicious, and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their club. There's no one that can match.
Yeah, welcome back. You get that triple punch combination today. You know, we discussed a few things today, but now we're getting into the greatest of this era. Every time we hear that term, you know what I'm saying, it gets real touchy because that's some big shoes to fill in. Porter Pacquiao, maybe later than sooner, or maybe just never. But we'll get into it. My man Marioski.
It's me, Mario.
Yo. What up, fellas? Yeah, man, a lot of news, a lot of notes, a lot of things that gone down in like the last hour that are like, wait, what? And maybe we'll touch on some of those. I know I received a message from Ness earlier. We all did that Jermell Herring and Albert Bell was on the boxing. What was that? Boxing, it wasn't boxing, it was BoxRec, and I don't know what that is. I looked it up, I tried to Google it before the show to see if there was any like official word. There wasn't. There hasn't been any press release, nothing's confirmed. But I'm not gonna lie, as much as people will sometimes hate on BoxRec, they do get things right a lot of times, and there have been times where 3 or 4 names are floating around and they got the name of the guy that does it. So, you know what I'm saying? So we'll chop it all up.
Yeah, man, I'll second that, man. BoxRec usually gets the information, but I'm being told that, that is the same information as being circulated around by the camp, to the camps rather. Like the both parties have received that information, but they can't comment, whether or not it's official just yet. But I am looking to schedule Jermell Herring maybe for tomorrow, and if he can't do tomorrow morning, we'll probably get him on Monday. And we just had Albert Bell. So it's just
because Andy Venice was also
I seen that.
He also was offered the fight. So, and I think we can firmly say that he's not getting it. He's been out there saying like, yo, I took my end of it. Like, I accepted when they haven't accepted. Man, they're not accepting. Like, you know what I mean? So he's been much more vocal about not getting it.
But that's the same thing that Albert Bell is saying. Yo, I signed my side. So, shout out to Jamel Herring, bro, that, quickly went to an A side. 3 options already. Albert Bell, Andy Vinces, and Carl Frampton was an option, but, before the lockdown. So,
So was what's his name? Everybody was saying that it could be, oh, shoot. Damn it, I forgot the name. It was a veteran fighter. I know that. Somebody that I wasn't, like, super excited for, but definitely I could understand why they passed Albert Bell over for him. God, I wish I could remember. But yeah, either way, I really, really love that Albert Bell fight, and I really hope he does get it. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind, friend of the show. We could follow it closely. Both he and Jamal will put on a good fight. But let's take it from the top. Ken Porter, Sean Porter. Ken giving his 2 fights, the 2 fights that he wants the most for his son. And the names are Manny Pacquiao, and then it is Terence Crawford. I thought that was pretty cool. But, actually more than cool, because Pacquiao he picks you. Floyd let us know that. So, like, by putting it out there that, you want Crawford, I mean, can that land him the fight post-COVID?
Yeah, it's a tough ask. It's a tough ask because, like you said, Manny is the one in charge. Manny's the guy that gets to dictate terms. And, Sean offers a lot in the, in the whole scope of, a challenger. He has the name, he has the pedigree, he has all the things you need. But I think he has too much of the, the reputation of making tough fights, and if Manny Pacquiao's looking to go into his next fight coming off the Thurman, even though it's been a while since the Thurman, if he's looking to come in and have a softer touch, Porter doesn't sound like the route. But I would take it from the other side for just a second and suggest that, Porter's the guy that deserves this, maybe the most out of everyone. Now, if you talk in terms of like lineage and where somebody is, and of course, then it's Spence and Crawford. Those are the 2 names that come to mind when you're talking about, the supremacy of the welterweight division or who proves the best fighters in the world. But that's not what this always ends up being. And when you look at Floyd and the Berto fight, he chose Berto, and that wasn't a guy that we all thought, was going to prove who's the best fighter in the world, or it wasn't for the supremacy of boxing. It was a prize fight. It was a prize fight against a guy who had fought in everybody and deserved the fight in a lot of ways.
Yeah, man.
But in this way, I think Porter deserves it more.
Porter, we've always looked at Porter as a deserving fighter. He's always earned it. He's always put on, exciting fights, and he's always held his own with top fighters. But Pac is it's that ticket it's just like it's getting blurrier and blurrier. You know what I mean? He's too old. He's not taking on a guy like Porter. Pacquiao's not trying to do that. I mean, you know what you're getting with Porter. It's a rough and tough fight. It's not a fight with breaks. It's not a fight where, you're going to get to, set a rhythm. The pace is going to be set at high, and it's going to finish high. So is that what Pac-Man really wants? Pac-Man has other options, He can fight other guys that don't bring that type of wood chipper style.
That's what we said, that, Pacquiao, Floyd told us Pacquiao picks you. Stop chasing the old man. But real quick, let me give you and the people the facts and the quotes. Kenny Porter, obviously he is Sean Porter's father and trainer. He was the one discussing potential opponents with his strength and conditioning coach, Coach Larry Wade, on an Instagram Live interview on Coach Larry Wade's Coach's Corner. And I quote, "If you could give me the fight that we would want, that would make a great show that night." Manny Pacquiao, Ken Porter said. But, let's not stop at Manny. Obviously, since we're talking about boxers, Terence Crawford, that would be an amazing fight. I love challenges. Sean loves challenge. I know Larry Wade loves challenges. Barry Hunter loves challenges. I've seen my son play cards and Monopoly and all that stuff, and he's slamming stuff down. He's a competitive dude, You give him a mountain to climb, and he's going to do it. And that mountain is Terence Crawford. Yeah, I added that last part about that mountain being Terence Crawford, but, he ended it at, end quote, he's going to do it.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The mountain. Yeah, I have it happening for Crawford.
Who,
Porter.
Half-Thor?
Half-Thor. I said I have it happening for them to see Pacquiao.
Yo, my man Skills is like, yo, you got to stop smoking that Gorilla before the show. He said the mountain. And I said, who, Half-Thor? And you're like, Half-Thor.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't get it right away either.
I thought you were correcting me. That's what.
Yo, but, my bad, Doomy, go ahead.
Nah, just that in itself. That, Crawford and Porter, it's more likely to happen. Just because, I don't see Pac-Man trying to endure a tough fight like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that of the two fights, it's definitely the fight that I think would happen. But honestly, I don't even know if, it's such a weird situation with these two fights. And that's why I thought it was such a great topic, because they represent two different things for Porter, right? For Porter, it's like you have the money fight versus like the perceived most avoided fighter in the welterweight division. And then on one side, it's like you have the guy that you hope picks you, and on the other side, you have the guy that hope he's going to be picked by the Thurmans or the Porters or whatever, right? So it's such a weird dilemma there. But as far as like Porter and Crawford goes, that would be an excellent fight too. Doomy said it best. You get no off rounds with Porter. You get no breaks. It is going to be the dial's turned all the way up, and it just stays up. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to take an off round, okay, you're going to lose the round. And also, it may end up being like a 10-8 round if you end up trying to take an off round against a guy like Porter, and you don't got to get knocked down in that round either for it to be a 10-8. So I think ultimately what you have here is a situation where the reason we like Porter so much is the reason he wouldn't get some of these high-profile fights like a Pacquiao. It's because he presents too much danger. Because he presents too much to overcome. He's the epitome of adversity. So for a guy like Pacquiao at this stage, I don't know. But for Crawford, it'd prove a lot. It's definitely a tough fight, and it's definitely a fight that I think at some point Crawford would need, but besides the Spence fights and possibly the Thurman fights, Porter's a guy that I think if you don't have Porter, I'll put it this way. If you don't have Porter on your resume in 10 years, when we look back at the welterweight division, that's going to be one of the guys that you point to and you say, well, you never fought Porter, but he never fought Porter though. Oh, well, yeah, he beat Spence, but did he ever fight Porter? It's going to be like one of those things because he's just such a dog. He's such a he's just so ferocious in there every second. And it really is a test. It's a testament to Porter, but it's a test for the opponents.
I didn't give it as much thought as you, because I know what Floyd said is something that we've all known. It's just, bro, he picks you. So it's not like, oh, he represents too much trouble and all he's danger. Bro, he picks you. He picks you. I would have never thought he would have picked, Thurman, let alone perform the way that he did. He picks you. You don't get an opportunity to pick Manny Pacquiao. The biggest, I think, blip on the radar of this news is that the father is now very adamant about facing Terence Crawford. I think that's the upside in these quotes. Not that he's talking about Manny, because everybody wants Manny. And I quote, Manny Pacquiao, Terence Crawford, 1A. Excuse me. Manny Pacquiao, Terence Crawford, 1A, Kenny Porter said. Take your pick. Amazing fighters. Terence Crawford is one of my favorites, if not the favorite fighter for me out there today. Amazing fighter, Sean Porter obviously is my favorite fighter, but, Bud, dude is everything. He's all that, you know? He can do it both sides, both ways, orthodox, unorthodox, soft, power.
Give him all the credits.
Yeah, soft, power, box, punch, defense, everything. Let's put him in there with Sean Porter, though, and see if we can disrupt that. See if we can change some of what he's used to doing and make him a little uncomfortable. It makes for a great fight. It makes for a great fight when you go back to the people saying styles make fights. I want it, Kenny. I'm going to end it up with this final paragraph of quotes, and I quote, "Of course we'd love me, I don't know what that means. Of course we'd love, that's weird, but all right. Of course we'd love me, gotta have Earl Spence Part 2, Kenny Porter said, of trying to avenge Sean Porter's split decision defeat to Spence. So yeah, that was the final little itty bitty quote. They would love the Spence fight too. So this is what I'm saying. Everybody's giving their list.
He mentioned Danny too. He mentioned a few people.
No. That's not in the quote.
It's just keep reading a little bit more. I'm not. Sean Porter, Earl Spence rematch. We gotta have that, and then of course Danny Garcia is right there with everybody, doing what he does. So all of these guys, when this gate opens back up, we planning on being there and being ready to come right through there, or whenever they say we can do it, kick that door in. We already been working. So
my thing is this, man. Like, you got the other side of the street, so to speak, opening the door. I say if you're Porter in your top rank, you walk through it, because you see he still got options. He's talking about Manny, he's talking about Danny, and then he's still mentioning Porter. And keep in mind, you got Ugas over there too. So, like, not that we want those fights, but he still got options. Somebody needs to pick up the phone and send Porter some sort of lines of communication. Not an offer just yet, but just say hello at least. Hello.
Yeah. I'll end it. I'll final thought it with this. It is good. You're absolutely right. I agree with you, because when we had Ken Porter on and we asked him about about Sean in the media recently, saying that me and Bud need to sit down before we come to terms on a fight. And he kind of alluded to the fact that they would sit down at some point. When we asked Ken about that, he was very, standoffish. He didn't really want anything to do with it. He said, that's a question you're going to have to ask Sean. And I took that as like, that's nothing that I really want to speak on, for good or for bad. I'm not saying that they didn't want, that in Ken's mind, he didn't want to fight Bud, or he did want to fight Bud. I just think that, ultimately there were other fights they'd rather have. And that's understandable. There are bigger money fights out there like Pacquiao. So I could understand that. But now him coming out and saying these things, yeah, it definitely bodes well that both father and son are there.
And strength and conditioning coach. I mean, I know that might not seem like a big thing, but they've been working together for so long, Ken Porter and Coach Larry Wade, that I think that there's a bond there, and it would only make sense for all three to have a discussion about who's next.
Yeah, they fine-tuned the machine, man. They got a good team right there. They've been working together for so long, and that's important, man. That's why he always comes in such good shape, bro. He's always in shape.
Yeah. So what's we moving on to topic numero dos? Sulaimán saying that he would rank Mike Tyson if Tyson was serious about a comeback. Now, I didn't even want to read the article. I wanted to kind of learn this together, because off the headline, it gives you that indication almost that, like, they'll rank him, like, right now without a fight. Like, yo, Mike Tyson coming back. He's ranked 50 in the division. I don't know. I'm hypothetically making that up. I am going to read the quotes, but I wanted to do it organically so you can get my, immediate reaction. Yeah, my immediate reaction, because I mean, again, off the headline, I'm interpreting it quite weird. Like, Tyson's pretty old to be getting ranked. You know what I mean? How quickly we've gone from exhibition to give him a shot.
My bad to cut you so fast, but where would you rank Tyson, bro? If he really got ranked by the WBC, where would be like, you know what? All right, he's ranked, but he's not like ranked too high, like, because he comes back and they rank him like top 30, then like that's crazy, right? Where do we say okay, like, oh, okay, Mike Tyson's okay for being ranked 100 or something like that. I mean, there's thousands of fighters, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what number is gonna really make you sit back in your chair like, whoa, they just ranked them at 20? You know what I mean?
Wait, what? He's got a title eliminator with Hargrove?
Like, what's going on here? Like,
bro, this is crazy that we're talking about this. Like, y'all see, this is what I warned y'all. I warned y'all a month ago when we were talking about this, and I was the bad guy, you know what I mean, on the show, and everybody's like, oh, man, you don't want to see Iron Mike. I do. I don't want to see him ranked in the top 15 of the WBC heavyweight division. Like, listen, Sulaimán supports Tyson, and that's good. That's great. But according to the quotes, he would rank him if this man were to come out and do something. And like, if it's a nostalgic thing, if it's like a WBC franchise thing, then cool, I guess, right? Whatever. Diamond belt status, all good. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to put this man in the top of the division, you're going to actually rank him, then he's got to pay sanctioning fees at that point, and he's also taking someone's spot. And that's what I have a big problem. That's really the only issue I have, is that for him to be on the rankings, that means there's somebody else that's working hard that doesn't have the money or the luxury of being Mike Tyson that's not ranked. And, that's not
but
cool.
I mean, listen, this is within the rules. As a champion, you always have the right to come back. It's just the way that it is. And I read it. Sulaimán isn't jumping the gun, man. And I quote, Mike Tyson was the youngest to win a world championship. Maybe he'll be the oldest. He's a tremendous, legendary figure. He's an icon for the sport, an icon for the WBC. Sulaimán told Stats Performance News, courtesy of Truck Suits. He could knock out anyone at any time. So, of course, we will support him. I don't like to speculate. This is a topic we are all entertained by. An exhibition is one thing. If he comes back, he has to be licensed and has to go through a thorough process. I'm not going to kill a dream. I'm going to be very supportive of Mike Tyson. He deserves it. If the dream is to say, I will be ranked, I am saying yes, we will rank him. Every world champion has a provision that he can come back, like Sugar Ray Leonard, who was inactive. But Tyson's case is different. He's been away many years, but I am in full support of Mike Tyson. I believe this will bring entertainment, and he's doing it for charity. He wants to serve the world in this difficult moment. We need to first understand what it is. I think it's an exhibition. The safety has to be top priority. It is great to see athletes promoting the sport. Mike Tyson had a very complicated life in boxing. Now to see him losing weight, active, healthy, it's great. And we have to support him. We have to see if it is real. We have to see if it is a real fight. I am hearing that it's an exhibition, and we are fully behind him. Don't watch it if you don't like it.
So yeah, there you go, man. It's more towards the exhibition, but if it were to happen, he has I guess that return clause. I didn't even know something like that existed. As a world champion provision, huh? Sugar Ray Leonard must have came back. I'd have to look into all that, but that's crazy. A champ could come back like that, and just, I mean, he would have to fight to be ranked, or he would just be automatically ranked. I think we're gonna just lean more towards this exhibition stuff, man. Seeing Mike Tyson in there with some of these 30-year-old, giants, healthy, young, it's not gonna happen. It's a boxer's dream.
Well, I mean, you said young, healthy is not going to happen, which made me bring up something that we don't have in the news and notes, but we are talking Mike Tyson. Dave Allen, who once upon a time told Anthony Joshua to find an island and just move there because Andy Ruiz beat him, said that he, right now, would beat and probably stop Mike Tyson. And for that very reason is the reason that Tyson should not be entertaining a comeback. And Dave Allen is a domestic level UK heavyweight. Biggest win, I guess, would be over Lenroy Thomas, maybe. And biggest loss, Luis Ortiz, David Price.
Probably Ortiz or David Price.
Oh, Dillian Allen. I mean,
David Price.
Dillian Allen. Dillian Allen beat him too. No, Dillian White beat him too.
Lucas Brown beat him. Tony Yoka beat him.
So, I mean, you guys want to give me some feedback on what David Allen said? He said he could beat Mike Tyson right now, and because of that, he shouldn't even come back.
Bro, David Allen's a funny guy. He's an entertainer. He's a talker and all that stuff. He's pretty much, his last few fights, he's been kind of like, how do you say, well, he lost to David Price, but like he's a gun-ho type of guy, man. But, I mean, he's younger. He's 28. I mean, he could beat Mike Tyson in a 10-round fight, but go ahead and fight Mike Tyson for 3 rounds, and you tell me you're gonna beat him up.
Snooze. No, I'm just kidding. Listen,
Yo, that's right. Let me give him that credit.
Did.
Hold on, Mario. I know, but I want to give David Allen his credit. He did beat Lucas Brown with a body shot. I was impressed by that.
Yeah,
you give remember that fight at all.
You give him all the credit, but like he's talking. Come on, any other heavyweight could have came out and said, "Hey, I'll beat Mike Tyson." He's thirsty. He wants a golden ticket. Come on, bro. You're not fighting Mike Tyson.
Am I crazy to think though that Mike Tyson could just lay him out
in 3 rounds? Yeah, but like you ain't gonna.
No. They ain't gonna go like 10 rounders.
10 rounders or something like that. And hell no. I mean,
I think he could beat him though. Honestly. Oh shoot! I forgot to open up super chats.
Yeah,
you there, Dooney?
We got one real quick from DBX who says, charity for Mike, all good. Pro fight, hell no. We got another super chat from Jared who says, what does the bum Lord Crawford and the neighborhood garbage man have in common? They both have trash resumes. This goes out to all the bud tenders. He got Ugas problems. Hold the green beans.
Man, that's disrespectful.
That was creative. What do you mean disrespectful?
I mean, it was funny. I'm not gonna lie, but damn, that's disrespectful. But whatever. Yo, I agree with DBX 100%. Charity fight for Mike, all good. Let's do it. I'm in. I'll even shell out some money for pay-per-view as long as I know that the bulk of it's going to charity. Cool.
Yo, stop saying that.
Nah,
why
bro,
got a boat? Good. Why the boat got to go to charity? Why they can't throw them $1 million in a charity that they would have otherwise not gotten and keep the rest? Like, damn.
No, I'm cool with that.
Let them donate.
Wait, but I mean, how much?
Yeah, why can't they donate a percentage of the purse? Like, take this 2%. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, I'm not saying he has to do anything. He's Iron Mike. He can do whatever he wants, but I'm saying that it does look bad because he already came out and said the fight would be for charity. So to kind of be like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't know I was going to be making this much. Never mind. Peace.
Yo, but Tyson Fury.
You think that he could get away with that, really?
I mean, Tyson Fury turned around and said he's donating his purse to charity. We never got a follow-up, and he did get away with it. So Mike could turn around and say, I'm giving a portion of my purse to charity.
Yeah, man, but that's different, though. You're talking about a dude who gets paid. Listen, I had this, man, you know what? I know Enrique told me to stop doing this, and I probably shouldn't say anything, but I'm going to put it like this way. I've been in talks with a friend of mine who's been on the show many times, who's a pro fighter, to train me a little bit, help me get back in shape and stuff. And we were talking about prices, right? And he was like, throw me this, like nothing. Because we're boys, so he's, you know what I mean? But I was like, yo, really? That's like 10% of what I thought I was going to pay you. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're a pro fighter. There are trainers out there at like Gold's Gym and like Freedom Fitness that get paid, $100 per client to train them, and you're gonna train me and teach me all these things like for free? Nah, come on, bro. Like that you're tripping. Like you got to get paid for this. And the same thing with like Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, anybody. Y'all are pros. This is what you do. I'm not gonna write for anybody for free. Those days are gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I started with the Boxing Voice. I did everything for everyone for free. And actually, I started with All Sports for Experts, I should say. And I did everything for free because I was trying to make my name. You know what I'm saying? And so even though I knew my value and I knew what I was worth, like that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't mean I should at some point not expect to get whatever. So it's the same thing. He's a pro fighter. If he wants to say, I'm going to donate to charity, then that's a personal decision. But for Mike to come out and say, I want to have an event and have an exhibition to raise money for charity, well, then that whole idea is based around charity. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury fights for a living. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. I don't know if I explained that great, but
I mean, I guess.
Point taken. At the end of the day, look, the exhibition is just it's just as good. You know, I'm not wanting Mike Tyson to get in there and fight for real. All that stuff, it's nice to talk about, but to get him in there in a competitive exhibition match, that'll be pretty cool. You know, but you know, an exhibition is way different. How competitive can that exhibition match be? That all depends on who's matching up with him. I mean, we talked about it when it first came out with Holyfield. You know, they ended up being pretty cool with each other. So, you know, I see it just being something really, really fun to watch, an exhibition. And I'd still be excited to watch him in an exhibition because I'm still getting to see Mike Tyson in the ring, bro. Who would have ever thought we would ever be talking about seeing the legend back in the ring? I'm cool with the exhibition. I think it does a lot for the sport still. I think things like that need to be done in these times where we're lacking heavy. You know, Mike Tyson in an exhibition match with somebody else like Holyfield or any of the other guys that we might think that, you know, it would be fun to watch would still garner a lot of attention. No worry about gate revenue losses and all that stuff. Shit is fly, man. But don't get it twisted, man. We're not seeing Mike Tyson fly up the rankings, champs.
And real quick too, I just want to make this one point. Look, Mike he's got a lot of businesses. You know what I'm saying? I watch his cartoons sometimes still. Like that thing's still running. I hear he's got another TV development deal in the works. I know that there was somebody doing something with him, like a comedian was saying that they have a movie that they're working on, and Mike is gonna play like a role in it. So like, look, he's got a lot of things. You know what he could do with that charity money? He could write it off. So it's not like this thing where he doesn't benefit. You know what I mean? Like he writes off $1 million charity, event, bro. That tax break is going to be significant. So it's not like he doesn't get anything out of it. And at the end of the day, like he wants to help. Like that's a beautiful thing. Like we talk about lining Mike's pockets, and I get that. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have to not get paid something, but I don't know.
How real is an exhibition match? That's the question. Not how real a real fight is, but how real is the exhibition match? Because
I think at this point it's becoming increasingly likely. I would, if I had to bet, if somebody had a gun to my head and said, you got to bet on whether he's going to come back, I would put the money on him coming back for an exhibition. Against Holyfield, I don't know, but
Shaq,
I think for sure.
Does he come back fight Shaq?
Jeez, I hope not. Shaq ain't moving too well these days, man. I watch him on TNT, and when he gets up out of a chair, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So,
man, I see Shaq at a mosh pit. Yeah, Shaq is fun, man. I think that'd be cool too. But like, yeah, whether or not we're getting him back in the exhibition match with an actual boxer, that's the question right there. And what's the options out there? Shannon Briggs, is he still out there? I don't know.
I mean, look, the Briggs fight is probably a little bit too much. You know, we need to see Mike knock out, you know, the bread delivery guy for real quick. Put him back on the map before you start putting him there with you know, Briggs, who's competitive. But I actually listened to the podcast. Shout out to Ak and Barack, sweet scientists of Dazn. They had Cannon Briggs on, and you know, he was saying like how it would just be charity and it would just be for show. But he said he would still have to be careful because, you know, Mike is crazy, and if something, you know, triggered off in Mike and he hooked off on him, he could knock him out. So he gotta come in shape and he gotta be ready because you never know. Mike is Mike is crazy.
Yo, for real, bro. You messed around, hit Mike with a shot, and turn the switch. He started barraging you. Oh yeah,
man.
that's
Gotta
crazy.
be careful. But what do we got? What do we got next here? Any final thoughts on Sulaimán? I also sent you guys a link in your emails. Something else the WBC was doing.
The virtual mausoleum.
Yeah, that's for everyone that's passed away from COVID, everyone in the boxing world, and it's a virtual mausoleum. And this is what I'm saying. You guys like to hate on the WBC, but where's the IBF paying their respects to COVID and the fallen? Damn, we flagged this over. Where are they at paying their respects to C19 and the fallen boxing family? Where are they at creating commemorative belts? Where are they at in the grassroots of the, amateur system? Like, we need to just stop only looking at the negative, and I don't even get a check from them. I wish I would. I should, because not only do I believe in them, but I do promote them because I see that they do the most. They are doing the most. And people still find a way to talk crap. It's crazy to me.
Now, this does show how involved, right? I guess that's the best description I could come up. How involved the WBC is with their fighters, and the amount of things that they can provide. And there's a hell of a ton of other stuff that they provide, and for amateurs and for youth programs. It's a lot of stuff, man. You really look into WBC, we throw away that. I mean, we throw around the whole, plaque of, WBC is that belt, and why is it that belt, and why? Well, this is the reason why it's that belt. They're able to do so much for the fighters, accommodate situations. Yeah, kudos to Mauricio Sulaimán for always, for being on the front line, because other governing bodies. You're right, Ness. I don't see none of this stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff is just, to me, is extra stuff that benefits the fighters. And are these remembrance for COVID only, or just people passing away in general that have been part of the boxing community?
I think right now is for C19 only.
Wow,
yeah, man. I think it's anybody, because at the bottom it had a link where you could submit your own message, and it's really cool. I was gonna say that it's funny, not funny. I'm sorry. It's very, I don't know. I didn't expect this, I guess, and it's such a cool thing to have come out of nowhere, not expect it. You know what I mean? And so to be able to just profile anyone and their willingness to use their platform to help everyone, relieve some relief, you know what I mean? And B, bring everyone together and show that we have this common, not just interest, but this common humanity to us. It's just really a cool thing. But Intrigue the Incredible with super chat. He says, tell Tweety Bud to find Tyson a emoji trash can opponent, a garbage opponent, next time he's shopping at Home Depot for his next opponent. Man, they getting disrespectful.
Yo, real quick, I'm screen sharing the WBC's mausoleum, and the information. The World Boxing Council launches this initiative with the intentions and commitment of remembering, honoring, and preserving the legacy of those who have left us during these difficult times. So you can see, these fallen comrades have been part of the sport, and the WBC obviously is remembering them. He says, today we want to invite you to celebrate and honor the lives of those who only went ahead of this journey. Please write your memories, leave your thoughts, and let's remember together those who helped us be what we are today. So you can comment. You see at the bottom. Oops. You can see here at the bottom, you can leave comments. You see that where it says comments, and and people are already talking, as you can see, Oops, again I did that. Sorry, fellas. So yeah, I kind of messed that up.
Yeah, man. Damn, we lost a few members of the boxing community, bro. I wasn't even aware of some of these guys, but it's crazy. It's
Look, even shout out to the WBC and see, that's what I'm saying. I see Mauricio and the WBC have honored Ali Salam, the father of Tony Harrison. So I don't know, man. This could go a long way for the family members. Something is something, right?
You can always go to the site and see this. That's cool.
Yep. So that is the WBC news. Mike Tyson and obviously the mausoleum I wanted to bring up because I know right now everybody's laughing like, oh, the WBC, they want to, Mauricio wants to rank Tyson, and he wants to rank Tyson. Oh, he's a vampire. He's a bloodsucker. He just wants that sanctioning fee. And it's like, well, listen, listen. You got to break many eggs to make an omelet, and Rome wasn't built in a day. And, scared money don't make no money. There's a million phrases out there for this. Like, you need money to make money. And the WBC may charge whatever it is that they charge, which that's some other news that we should discuss, that they are willing to lower their sanctioning fees to help boxers out and help boxing during this comeback. Again, I didn't see the WBA say that. I didn't see the WBO say that. I didn't see the IBF say that. But again, only vampire is Mauricio. But no, you know what? Get the hell out of here. You don't know nothing about boxing, and you just like to hate, bro. You like to hate.
Yo, good you brought that up. It goes in line.
For real.
It goes in line exactly with everything we've been just saying, man. Like, he's on the front line. He's not afraid to say these things and be innovative and keep and adapt. That's just, it's leadership skills, bro. And when you're adapting and you're offering all these options during these times, it just gives you, if you don't see why the green belt is what it is, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yo, I'm so glad you brought that up because that was actually something that I saw last week that I wanted to bring up and we never mentioned. And yeah, that's really cool. It's a great idea. They are planning to lower the sanctioning fees, and it's like some people might say, well, why take them at all? But you got to understand too that a lot of the things that the WBC does, it costs money. You know what I mean? It costs money to put these conventions on, to make these belts. The prestige that comes with it is earned through hard work and money. So, these sanctioning fees do go to something. Now, I agree that there are
business
organizations,
minds, bro. Small business minds. That's all. These guys are not thinking like, imagine, all right, financially it costs you, let's say, big money because it's Mike. Costs you $5,000 to fly him to a hospital in Corpus Christi, Mario, right? And Tyson comes and says hello to all the kids in whatever wing of the hospital, or whatever boys and girls club, or whatever gym in Corpus. How many people does he inspire? And who does that? The WBC flies him over there. WBC puts him in a hotel. WBC makes sure that he says yes, so that people like us and our children's children can meet Tyson and be inspired to be the next Mike Tyson and the next whoever the WBC champion is, because when you sign up for this belt, you have those duties, even when you're no longer a champion.
Yo, and all these things cost money.
Of course they cost money.
Plenty of times we've probably been heard up here, going hard on the sanctioning bodies and the sanctioning fees and all that stuff. But like, truly, honestly, like they're allocated to wherever they need to be. I'm not in anybody's pockets, but like what I can attest for is for what I see, and what I see is work being done. Like,
And there's a difference between, and again, I'm not even going to mention any names, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say there's a difference between taking a sanctioning fee for a division, and then there's a difference between having 3 4 belts in a single division and collecting sanctions on all of them, and then on top of that ranking guys at certain places that, you know, it's just like, can it be dirty? Absolutely. Is it dirty? There are many instances and examples of these sanctioning bodies pulling off some really, really ugly things. But, you know, it and what it does is it taints that for everyone else. And then everyone else thinks that they all operate under the same, you know, do the sanctioning bodies always get it right according to us? No, but neither do judges and referees, and you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things.
We're human. Tell me what sport is perfect? Anything is perfect. There is nothing that's perfect. NFL's not perfect. NBA's not perfect. NHL, whatever the hell those other organizations are, they may even be better than us because they're one organization, one body, but they're still not perfect. I'm sure, you know, you guys that know stuff about other sports can tell me numerous things that they've argued for and they've had to renegotiate, and fighters were mad about this and went on strike for that, or whatever the case may be. But all I see is one sanctioning body out there, and I'm going to use Doomy's words, on the front line, caring, trying, and changing things. Next day weigh-in, WBC thing. 4 weigh-ins in a fight camp, WBC thing. You know, let me get that 30-day. Let me get that 2-week. All that.
Clean boxing program.
WBC. But the hate continues. That's just because your brain's small, man. You're using a little part, man.
You got to have that hateration soundbite with homegirl. Mary J. Blige.
Hateration, holleration.
That was a jam.
What?
I got my own little haters around here somewhere.
No haters.
Here go this one of my little haters. Let me see.
Haters.
These niggas haters. Cause you know I'm a Hov fan. You feel me? So Hov and Kanye. But then I got another one around here somewhere.
If you're trying to pedal forward, ring ring. My man Erickson Lubin, according to his trainer, is like the most avoided fighter in the, you know, super welter.
Mario?
Dun, 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 dun.
Mario, you want to jump on that first?
Yeah, you know, why not? So according to Erickson Lubin's trainer, that is
Kevin Cunningham.
Kevin Cunningham,
Palm
yes,
Beach,
thank you.
Florida, with the Cunningham.
Yes.
What is it? Camp Cunningham out in Palm Beach.
Yeah, you know, he reacted to the fact that, you know, he's not the mandatory right now. The WBC, according to Sulaimán, who said the WBC was going to order Lubin to fight Tony Harrison as a final eliminator bout prior to everything that has happened. Charlo has no mandatory due because no one has won a final eliminator bout. At this moment, Charlo is free to take any voluntary defenses. So that prompted Mr. Cunningham to come out, who told the boxing scene this: Erickson Lubin is the most avoided fighter in the junior middleweight division. Hammer is the WBC #1 ranked contender. Charlo says he doesn't want to give Lubin a rematch. Charlo took care of business against Hammer in their first fight, so props to him. When the rematch happens, Charlo will be facing a totally different fighter. He went on to say, Cunningham went on to say the WBC president Sulaimán told boxing scene that Lubin has to beat one of the top-rated guys in the WBC title eliminator. Hammer's ready to take out anyone ranked in the WBC top 5 to earn another shot at Charlo. Let's see who steps up to face Hammer in the eliminator. We've heard a lot of excuse from some of the guys in the division, so it looks like to me Hammer's the boogeyman on the junior middleweight division side.
Do me by yourself.
My boy's coming back like John Wick, B. I was always big on Lubin, man. Remember when we went down there first to check him out?
Hell yeah, we drove all the way to Florida for Lubin.
We drove. I still got footage, and you know, in the Doomsday vault from the time we went out there, man. I was big on Eric, man, and even after he lost, man.
Yo, why you saying was though? Past tense. Ooh.
No, well, wait. Let me finish. I could cover that. I could cover that, champ. I was really big on him. And when he fought Jermell Charlo, it was a huge disappointment, man, because I honestly felt like we didn't get to see what a good fight that would have been. Not that it wasn't, Charlo did his business. He got rid of Lubin and all that in devastating fashion, but that could have been a much better fight, and I was excited for it. This is a sport of boxing. You get caught, man. Anybody can get caught with a serious punch. This is the hurt business. This is no joke sport. And my man got caught. He got clipped. But that, one loss doesn't define a man, and especially in this sport, where you're judged more by how you bounce back. And Lubin's bounced back with a lot of guts, a lot of focus. Kevin Cunningham's talking real highly of him. I always thought of him as a hard hitter, so I can't wait, man. I can't wait for Lubin to come back. And imagine getting Jermell Charlo Lubin 2. Come on now.
I mean, he got to do something to build that up because it was an early knockout. So, I get what Lubin, Charlo saying. He's like, yo, I already did that. He got to build himself back to the rematch. We can't just say the rematch is going to be good because you still think Lubin is good. He's got to do that. And he has been. He retired Ishe. He's beat Ishe better than everybody, but he also got Ishe at the end of his career, unlike everyone else. I mean, Daniel Jacobs fought Ishe like 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's hard for me to sit here and say that Lubin is the most avoided fighter for several reasons. But I think that as far as Charlo's concerned, Lubin has to go back and earn it. Nessa said it many times. The truth about boxing is when you lose, you have to rebuild. And when you reach a certain height, then it's a little easier to rebuild. Not easier. What it is, it doesn't take as much time, I should say. And since the Charlo fight, he fought Silverio Ortiz, who, he fought Ishe Smith. Okay, cool. That's a win. He fought Atao. It's an okay win. I wouldn't call it anything great. Nathaniel Gelmore is a decent win. That's not bad, although it was a unanimous decision.
Actually, Gallimore might be his biggest win.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And it gained value because Gallimore stopped Jason Rosario, the Dominican Unified Champion, who stopped Julian J. Rock Williams.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He's also beaten Justin DeLoach too. So, he's a solid win on there. But other than that, he
beat Jason Rosario too, huh?
Yeah, he's going to have to do it the hard way because
sometimes I feel like Doomy's on
avoided,
15-second delay or something, right, Mario? It's like we just talked about Gallimore. He comes back like, hey, he beat Nathan Gallimore too, eh?
No, he said Rosario.
No, Rosario.
Yeah, same thing. You just funny as hell.
Yeah, he beat Jason. Not because that's a name to mention. Jason
I know,
Rosario.
but that's what I'm saying. We just had a conversation. It's like you be blocking us out while you do.
He blocks us.
That's brought it up.
Look. My bad, cuz. Yo, I'm like the Matrix out here, bro. I'm in the chat. I'm in the box rec.
I know
I'm
it's hard
paying
to be on
to you guys. Yeah. I'm hitting the pre-pro. No excuses, nah. But yeah, Jason Rosario. I mean, I think that Lubin's been on a trajectory that's appropriate and fitting to what happened to him and bringing him back accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Building him up. That was a devastating knockout. That does play on the mental. I mean, we saw what happened to my man Wilder. We haven't even heard of him in public as much as we would have, So, I just I feel good. I feel good about the return. Who does he come back and fight though?
No. Don't open the patio doors. Just go down to one door. Is he the most avoided fighter at 154?
Came on the YouTube. Okay, yeah, to be called the most avoided man in your division is a huge thing. I'm not aware of any avoiding scenarios where he tried to call somebody out or and they avoided him. So I don't know. All I know is that nobody wants to face a young, hungry lion, somebody that like Lubin. So maybe he is being avoided. Is he the most avoided? Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, listen, no, he's not. He's not. I'm gonna say he's not. Listen, look. Here's what goes into a guy. I'm going to make this as quick as I can. This will be my final thoughts on this. This is as quick as I'm going to make it. Look, when you talk about most avoided, there has to be two parallels there that kind of like coincide. There has to be some degree of danger and there has to be some degree of worth. So it's like, oh, you don't want what he's worth because he's too dangerous for you. Or a guy like, oh, man, I'm going to kill myself for saying this. Amir Khan is a person who people mistakenly believe is easier prey, and he's not as dangerous, but he's as he is, I guess, like commercially valuable. So they all want to fight him because it's like you could get his name, plus he ain't going to present as many dangers. Mistaken to believe that, but whatever. So with Lubin, it just doesn't add up. Like, yeah, he is dangerous to a degree, and yes, he is a very tough fight, and yes, I believe that he could be at the top of the division one day, but at this point, he doesn't present any sort of variables that you can like get from him commercially. Like the fight's not this big fight with him. There are no big magnitude fights until you get yourself in a position where people are hounding that. Like Demetrius Andrade is the type who, people try to stifle him and say he's not as big or not as great as he is because he's so dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So with Lubin, no, he's just not there yet. He needs to have some bigger wins under his belt before anybody's quote unquote avoiding him.
I mean, look, is he being avoided by guys like Terrell Gausha, maybe Austin Trout? Maybe I can see him saying things like that, but, for Gausha, he had a draw with Trout that feels like he won, and for Trout, he feels he's too small, so he's going down, You said it best, Mario. I'm not going to be long-winded. You got to make your own lane, and, he's rebuilding. He's doing a damn good job of rebuilding since the loss, and that being the knockout loss, They've stepped him up gradually, and he is doing well. So it's just a matter of him coming back, and I follow him on Instagram, and I follow Kevin Cunningham, and those guys are working. They are working very, very hard. Just today, I seen him, beating the tire with the hammer. It's hammer time, baby. So, yeah, I can't wait to get them back in the ring. Let's head on out to the next topic and, I guess, final of the 4 hot button. Anthony Joshua says we're going to see a rebirth in him. Are we writing Joshua off a little bit too soon? Or are his dreams of being the greatest heavyweight of this generation just too unrealistic? I am going to go ahead and say no. He has an opportunity of being the greatest heavyweight of this generation easily by defeating Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and maybe making 1 or 2 defenses after that. He already has a fantastic resume, ever since the fight with, I guess, Dillian White. Right from there, the opposition just continually, cranked up and up and up and up and up. It was like, I'll go open up BoxRec, but I want to believe it's like Dillian White and Dominic Brazil, things like that. Like he left the domestic level fights alone after he got his title, and then he was fighting international fights, maybe at home, but they were still international fights. He fought Dillian White. Then Charles Martin, then Dominic Brazil, then Eric Molina, then Vladimir Klitschko, Carlos Takam, Joseph Parker, Alexander Povetkin, and then Ruiz twice. Now, that is the blemish until Ruiz turns around and beats an Ortiz or Adam Kovnacki. Then even the Ruiz wins in the history will go down as great, right? Because now Ruiz made his name off of Joshua. He's in the record books and the history books because of Joshua as the first Mexican heavyweight. He needs to do just anything more post the loss, and that only builds and strengthens Joshua's resume. You throw Wilder and Fury on top of that, maybe a Hergovich in the future. Who else is up and coming and hot? Even a Dillian White rematch in there, and an Oscar Rivas, somebody like that. And I can see people saying that he's the greatest of this generation. Listen, Tyson Fury has 2 fantastic wins. Tyson Fury did it before Anthony Joshua. He did the Klitschko and he did the Wilder before Joshua, but that does not mean that Tyson Fury's resume is greater than Joshua's. If Joshua can equally get those wins, I believe his resume is stronger than Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has and I ain't pulling up BoxRec, but I think he got like Christian Hammer, two Derek Chisora fights, two Wilder fights, and Christian Hammer. You know, that's not it. AJ got the way better resume. Way better. In my opinion, he got the way better resume. And if he can tick a couple boxes before it's all said and done, yeah, he can be the greatest heavyweight of this generation. And he's only 30. He's only 30, so I think he can do it. I'm not saying that he's going to do it. And I'm only speaking theoretically on his wishes. I'm not backing AJ to be the greatest heavyweight. Let's be clear. I'm saying, thinking of it open-mindedly and optimistically, yeah, absolutely. He's proven that he can go through the gauntlet. So if he can continue to do what he done in the past, I cannot argue.
Yo, and I'm not gonna. Yo, look, everybody just kind of like threw AJ to the wayside after he got knocked out by Andy Ruiz or stopped or whatever you want to say. You got to understand, man. This guy's been on a trajectory, back-to-back fights with some tough guys, man. All top guys. Look. I mean, we always knew he had the better resume from everybody, and I'm the guy that tells you that Anthony Joshua could be a Tyson Fury. Styles make fights, man. Styles make fights, and I think the Anthony Joshua style versus Tyson Fury style, which Tyson Fury shows that he could be, he could do it all. He could come forward, and he could box. But Anthony Joshua, he's just, to me, his fundamentals are a lot better than what Wilder had to offer that second fight. So I see Anthony Joshua being capable of beating Tyson Fury. He can go to 12 rounds on his toes. He showed that in the Andy Ruiz 2 fight. So yeah, man, the resume, you broke it down seriousness. Like, the resume's there. He's fought the tough guys. He's fought them back to back too. Real active, man. Just active, constantly active. So yeah, man, he could be the greatest of all time.
Listen,
I mean, generation.
Generation, yeah. No, I was about to say, I was like, whoa.
I
know my man Toomey wasn't saying that. Listen, I don't want to trivialize the heavyweight division by simply saying that it is filled with big dudes that can hurt you. So anything is possible, because I think that sometimes, I mean, even though that is a true statement, it sometimes devalues the idea that heavyweight boxers aren't as skilled as they are big. And that's not true. But that said, it is the heavyweight division, and you can't discredit a guy like AJ. It's the question is, are we writing him off too soon? Can he still become, the greatest of this generation? Absolutely. Yes, he can. But am I going to put any bets against him and Fury? Will I put them on AJ? No. So it's as simple as that. Like, right now, he is not the front runner. As we speak, he sits in a really weird limbo type of spot, because he may not even get his chance for a while, depending on how things kind of shake out. So he has a long way to go in terms of being able to get ready for a potential fight where he could show us what he really has. But do I put him as a favorite against most of the guys in the top 10? I do. I don't know. I think him and White right now, for me, and I like Dillian White, so that might explain why I say this, is a 50-50 fight. That said, he's a live dog with anyone that he wouldn't be a majority favorite against. So a guy like that, you can't write off, simple as put. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't do it. This question isn't about Pulev. It isn't about Povetkin. It isn't about Helenius. Because if we were asking those questions, then yeah, I'm sorry. The harsh truth is, I'm sorry, Brian Jennings, but no, you're not going to be the greatest of this generation. I'm sorry, Oscar Rivas, but no, you're not going to be the greatest of this generation. But when it comes to Wilder, AJ, Fury, the jury is still out. I'd even throw Dillian White in there too. And I might be the only one, but I don't care. I think Dillian White belongs at least in the conversation. If he's ranked 4th amongst all of them, or the least likely, okay, but he deserves to be in the conversation, I think. So ultimately, the answer is, AJ still has the shot at this, but it's going to be up to him to prove what he can do. And he's got a monkey on his back to do it too. You know what I mean? That loss to Andy Ruiz put him in a position where he's got to come back from it, despite the fact that he still won. But yeah, if that's everybody's final on the subject, we can move on to the notes, which there are a couple of decent notes. One of them we were going to have a show on this week. The plans for Pacquiao and Mikey, are they going to take them to Saudi? Is that fight possibly going to happen in Saudi in December? That's the
bro. It seems like Saudi Arabia is like the new home of boxing, right? It's like
I know
everything is it going to Saudi? Is it going to Saudi? But look, I can't deny that we've been hearing Saudi Arabia, Manny Pacquiao, and Mikey Garcia for quite some time. So it would be good if they just go ahead and hammer it out real quick. We got a super chat from DBX that says Fury UD over Goofy. Bet Doomy 3 cash bag emoji. So I guess he's betting you that AJ won't win, and he'll bet you some casharoni.
I know DBX is really passionate about Fury beating AJ. All right, we'll see where the bridge takes us to. If it takes us to Fury and AJ, I might, I don't gamble, but I'll bet you some push-ups on command, champ.
I'll take that bet, and I'll take that money bet if it's a knockout bet. He got to stop him by the end of the 12th. And if it goes to any sort of decision, then I win. But I give you 3-1.
What? So Fury got to stop AJ for you to take that bet?
Yeah. Fury got to stop AJ, and I'll give him 3-1 too.
Man, you're making that bet kind of difficult to make. That's like one of those price yourself out bets. Price yourself out. Because Fury, all right, I know he got the knockout recently, but now you're gonna put him in the box like he's a boxer. Don't to only make.
Okay, well, but that's what I'm saying though. But I would pick Fury too. So then he has to give me at least. If I get a judge to get at least 4 rounds on one of their cards, then I win. So if it's like anything less than 8-4 on all the cards, then he wins. That's a good bet, right?
I mean, I guess. What other news and notes?
We're talking about Pacquiao Saudi real quick. Let's just I'll go through it before we go to our notes. I think that you're absolutely right. Saudi seems to be getting all these fights, and here's the thing: I don't mind it as much while we're unable to attend fights. You know what I mean? Like if they're able to attend fights, I can be jealous of them and still know that, hey, at least we're getting the fights. You know what I mean? So
I
that's
don't mind, bro.
Let
them pay for it. Like you guys got to look at it like this: if we got somebody that's willing to pay an astronomical amount of money to put together a fight that we wouldn't otherwise get, well, all right, amen. Let's back them.
Hell yeah. We'll do anything right now. Yeah, at this point we just want to see boxing, and Saudi Arabia is it's been the ticket. Even though no fights have been COVID wasn't.
Well, they did have the, because look, I know a lot of people like to just think of Saudi Arabia and think AJ Ruiz 2 fights, but we got to keep in mind that before AJ Ruiz happened, they already had what they beat with the World Boxing Super Series with Groves and Callum Smith. That was in Ryder or Daria, something like that. One of those.
Something like that.
Yeah, I know. This is the second time I hear that Saudi has a lot of cases of COVID. So that's another question that, even though we keep throwing this in there, like, are there real offers coming out of Saudi Arabia, or are we just assuming, we've heard Bob Arum talk about, the Saudis too. Like, are real offers coming from out there? Are real offers coming from out there? Because it seems as though it's like, COVID is still high out there.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because when we had the Wilder Fury show this past week, one of the things I wanted to bring up to y'all that I forgot was, I wonder, when they're talking about this fight happening possible in November, December, and it not happening in the US, UK, I wonder if those are based off of offers that they got from MTK Global. Like, did they commandor those offers, and now Bob's like free to run with them like himself, even though it's kind of like a PBC, it's a joint venture, but it kind of like excludes Eddie Hearn out of it, even though Eddie Hearn was kind of the person that it seems like, I don't want to say that gave them the green light. They all had to give MTK the Global the green light to go and negotiate for them, but it just seems like everybody's headed towards that direction. So ultimately, I just think that, they're looking to put on these big fights. And right now, the only valid way of doing it is through some foreign investors. So, they could pay for it. Cool. I'll watch it on TV. But at the same time, when we come back, I don't know. It's going to be very troubling if this trend continues when we're allowed to go to fights, because it's hard enough for me to like go to Vegas and Cali and New York, and then let alone Dallas and all these places. And then you want to make it even harder. Now I got to get a passport and an international flight, and like, come on, man, like, don't do this to us. Like,
let me give you some facts. According to the statistics I'm seeing right now on Google for corona disease in Saudi Arabia, says they had a total of 65,077 confirmed cases. About half of those recovered, 36,040 recovered, and up to date 351 deaths in the whole Saudi Arabia. So I see that as good. And last time the fight was in Riyadh province, right?
Yes.
So Riyadh province confirmed cases 14,288 and recovered 7,650. 21 died, unfortunately. But all of this to say that the numbers are looking like they have somewhat of a control, I guess. I'm seeing a graph here, and it looks like they're going down. So maybe Saudi Arabia has some things under control. And it's still that place to take the fight there. I always loved it there because of the space, the whole 6 foot social distancing and stuff like that. I see that an easy thing to do in a desert, all the space you need.
Yeah. The chat saying it was in Diarra. Yeah.
Let me see what they say about Diarra.
That might be it.
Yeah, I don't even see it here. So
okay, well then, we can move on to the final note, which is Deontay Wilder is among a lot of other fighters applying for their 2020 Nevada license. What does this mean? And could there be
You know what it means. Why would Wilder be applying for a Nevada license if the option of Wilder Fury 3 in Nevada wasn't realistic?
I don't know.
Maybe they're listen. I think they're asking him to do what he needs to do to take the necessary precautions. Because if travel bans get lifted, Top Rank not only has a headquarters but a gym in Vegas that Fury trained at already. So if they can get Fury over here, look, if they think, we talked about this morning how they're trying to get Loma here. You think they're not trying to get Fury over here, who's really the draw in America? Loma's who?
That's a good point. You're absolutely right. The fact that they'd be trying to get Loma over here and not Fury doesn't make any sense. So you're probably right. They are probably trying to figure something out. I think, though, also what it does if they end up getting their Nevada licenses, because who knows what the offers are from Saudi or China or anywhere else, them knowing, hey, where are they going to do it if they don't do it here? That probably doesn't help Bob with negotiations or whoever with negotiations. That probably doesn't really lend a lot towards them, negotiating and upping their price. It's kind of like, hey, we're going to pay what it's worth, but, we're going to pay, like, if you got a scale of how much Fury Wilder 3 is worth, you're going to be trying to pay towards that lower end, until places like Nevada and the UK make themselves viable options. And once that happens, then you're able to expand the market and the money expands automatically. So, it could be just a ploy to try to get the money up from foreign investors. But ultimately, it is a very, very intriguing thing to want to get a Nevada license. And, all signs have been pointing to the fact that your fight's not going to take place in the U.S. next. So,
yo,
very, very
real quick, where we at with this?
Nasty.
Any graphic designers, hit me up on at NestGTO, a graphic designer. Anybody that's very savvy on the graphic design and you can create what I have in my head and illustrate it, hit me up at NestGTO. What else do we got?
That's it. But let me give you one conspiracy theory.
Let's go.
Yo, I need that.
Go Morpheus. Go Morpheus. Go Morpheus on us.
Right,
what if I
that's
told?
what you're thinking.
One of those. I don't know if it's Twilight Zone or the one with the guy. I can't remember the show, but it'd be like.
That's Twilight Zone.
And what's the other one? The more up to date one, but it's old already. It's an old series. It was
Chromosome?
like a guy, one little space detective and a female. X-Files. Thank you guys.
Oh, X-Files. Yeah.
Scully.
Scully. I need that.
No, I forgot. How did that go? I
need that one. How does that go? What was the name of that? Oh, X-Files. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Go for it, Mario.
Okay, here we go. Conspiracy theory. Wilder turns his back on the Fury fight, fights Andy Ruiz in Nevada, and it's all a setup to have Ruiz Wilder fight, Fury Joshua fight, and the winners meet in the mini heavyweight tournament to define all heavyweight fighters.
So that means that he took step aside money, and he would have to
and
have taken
also a very large payday to fight Ruiz as well. So any people that were like, yo, he needs that 10 million, that's how you get much more than 10 million is getting step aside money and then still taking a big fight, because everybody was like, yo, he takes step aside money and then fight somebody, just to stay busy fight. But what if he don't? What if he
is
takes
it
the
possible?
step aside fight? I don't know. I don't know if it's possible.
Or is it possible for us to come back to a crowd? And that's why he's applying for the license, because it might just happen in Vegas still. We might just open up to the point where we're going back to normal. That would be a dream.
Yeah. But, the chat saying too, like, why he can't risk $20 million like that. No, they're right. That's why I said it's probably a conspiracy theory type thing. Probably not going to happen. But I don't know. It's just because, like, as soon as I learned that he's applying for the license, I'm thinking of all possible reasons.
I think it's just a backup, Mario. I think it's just a backup. Make sure you got it just in case we could, do what we got to do.
Okay. That makes sense. I'll roll with that. I'll save the conspiracies.
Who doesn't love a good conspiracy, though? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, if he's signing up for a license, it's either just to be sure, or it's because they feel strongly that things would be okay by November, December, or whenever that fight was talked about to happen. If it can happen like that, then applying for a license. Is Tyson Fury also on that list applying for a license?
No, he was not.
So
not the list that I saw, but the list that I saw was like 69 names.
Are they in alphabetical? So no, they're not even.
They are not. Yeah, so I might have missed them here. It looks like I did not see him at all.
No, he's not in
I can't hear.
So
Gabriel Flores is on here though. Amira Mom's on here though. Patrick Conway's on here.
Yep, and we don't see my
Mike Tyson and Holyfield. No, I'm just playing.
That would have been crazy, yo.
But those are the news and notes.
Damn, bro, I'm tight right now. I thought I found the X-Files one, but it's not working. Little whack, John. Let me see something.
Damn, he's trying to get Mulder and Scully on.
Nah, it's not working. I'm about to delete this shit. It might be a virus. All
Message.
Right, let's go out to the people. There it goes.
Nice. Yeah, we got to get that.
Okay, that's enough now, champ. That's enough. Hey, guys. Hey. Jeez Louise. That's enough now. Try to keep it under the 8 second mark. Let's go out to the people. Real quick word from the sponsors.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Yo, stop not dropping the 5-star rating. Like, can we get some new ratings to read live on air? Thank you. And if you're watching this right now, future, present, past, doesn't matter. Mañana, the week after, hit the thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of this show. Helps us grow. It's going to put this show in the eyes of other boxing fans out here starving for content, looking for a true safe haven. You know what I mean? A place that they can talk boxing. No replicas, all authentic, the originators. You know what I'm saying? But let me go out to
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. And you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation from anywhere in the world. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing started. We got a longtime listener, alumni, Border Wars judge, TBV appreciation tonight attendee, Border Wars chat participant, all that good stuff. Finally got himself an intro. Hopefully the levels is right here. Let's check it out. This guy deserves all the praise. Because when we start talking callers of the year and things like that, this
Yo, that was dope.
What's going on, family?
What up? Yo, that's a self-nomination award right there. He like, let me remind him how I picked it and called that fight, which is true. Bro, he even called the knockdowns, bro. That's true. That was a real highlight moment for you. But what up, Jay in Orlando? What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Y'all look at that fight real quick. I look at that, like, when I called that fight, like, that's that one thing, like, I'm going to tell my grandkids about, like, yo, that one time, like, I got that one call right. No one's ever been able to beat me. No one's ever been able to stop me. I just needed that one punch. That Tyson Fury knocking out Deontay Wilder. Like, Tyson Fury can lose 1,000,000 times, but he beat Wilder in the USA, and there's nothing we're going to be able to take away from that. And I'm a Wilder fan, so. Oh, man. But nothing much, man. When it comes to the topic, I like what Kenny Porter's saying. There's one major problem, though. They're not in their driving seats with none of those fights. They don't have the belt. So it's going to be hard to make that happen. When it comes to Erickson Lubin, I'm a diehard fan, Orlando boy, so I got to represent Lubin. And I feel what they're saying, man. I feel as though that they've been trying to go after these guys, and they've been trying to prove their name. And they understand that, they got to fight other people, but Tony Harrison, the Julian Williams of the world, they don't want to fight them because they feel as though they're not going to gain anything. But that just shows something like if you're trying to avoid, there's a reason why you're trying to avoid, especially if it's a top 10 competitor. You don't have no other times finding another top 10. With Anthony and Joshua and the legacy, I got Fury, man. I really respect Fury. I understand that, outside of his main fights, he's got weak competition. But those main fights, there's nothing you can do. Like when you were the first one to do something, he was the first one to take away those belts from Klitschko. He was the first one to beat Wilder, and he didn't just beat Wilder. He knocked out Wilder. So I just got to give him credit for that. So, I mean, I would love to see
Caleb
make all these fights happen.
Said it ain't about who do it first. It's about who do it better.
That's what Caleb Plant say, but and I know it's the first mark. It's the first. If you're the first one to be able to knock a person off, we don't look at the same when it comes to the person. Look at Buster Douglas. Like,
I don't know.
People
I don't know,
value
Jay.
that one.
Think about it. Didn't AJ get more credit for Vlad than Fury? Who's to say AJ can't beat Wilder? Not that I'm saying he could. But who's to say he doesn't beat Wilder and get more credit than Fury? Who's to say he doesn't make it look more exciting the way he made the Vlad look more exciting and got more credit because of that?
Yeah, but the thing with that is that it's the fighting style, and also too, Fury's people aren't like he's not on the and also Fury wasn't like Fury. It's a lot of things that go with it. Fury's ethnicity background, also too his promoter. Like he's not on the A side. Like Eddie Hearn, as much crap as we give him, Eddie Hearn's a great promoter. Eddie Hearn knows how to make people love you, especially in that region. So there's a lot of things that go against that. Like it's not. I see what you're saying there, but it's not a straight up even fight. Like it's more than what meets the eyes when it comes to why people choose the Fury Joshua win over Klitschko versus Fury's win. So that's why I go with that, and I just like the first, man. I get what you're saying with better, but I just like first. Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, Jay.
Jay with the brand new
in
intro.
Orlando. Let's go out to Kingborn. What up?
Salute, champ.
Porter wants everybody. Porter wants everybody that he lost. I said it, and I need everybody to agree with it. You want everybody lost. Now, let's go to Tyson, right? I'm from Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Tyson's from Brownsville. Everybody knows Brownsville is Buck Wild. And like Shannon the Cannon said, Shannon went to Wingate High School. The reason he got into boxing because he was getting picked on and bullied. So he got nice in the gym and he started knocking everybody out. That's how it went down. And Shannon is right. Yo, Tyson flip a switch. Tyson is Buck Wild and outrageous haywire. You know what I mean? Now let's talk about Erickson Lubin. Listen, man, go fight somebody, man. Cut that BS out, man. You gotta fight somebody, dog. You know what I'm saying? Build up your thing. He's water damaged. Rebuild, build it up. You know what I mean? Now, let's go back to Tyson. Listen, I love Deontay Wilder. AJ ducked Wilder. Everybody know that. He know that. You know what I mean? He know that. You heard? So listen, AJ ducked Wilder. AJ, for him to be the best of the generation, he got to fight Wilder 3 times. 3 times. Beat Wilder 3 times. Beat Fury twice. And we already know he did to Ruiz, but he fought like my grandma. My grandma, 92 years old, with a straight 1-2, 1-2. Know what I mean? So like I said, that's how it's going down. And what's the other topic? Oh yeah. Wilder definitely going to do that. Know what I mean? He got to cover the bases in case that fight come back to Nevada and everything. You know, Tyson Fury and Bob Arum is slick. For all we know, Fury probably training in America right now on the low, getting ready. You know what I mean, guys? So like I said, that's how it's going down. Love y'all, and let's see what's going on tomorrow. Peace.
Kingborn, thanks for calling in. Who do we got? We going out to, looks like Steve. Talk to me.
Yeah, hey, how you fellas doing tonight?
All
Good,
right.
champ.
Steve in Chicago, what up?
Yeah, and with Kenny, weren't you supposed to get Sean? I want to hear it from Sean. I'm tired of these dads talking for their sons. The sons are the ones doing the fighting.
Yeah, but
we need to hear from Sean.
Case is different. Remember, he's the manager, not just the trainer. He's the manager, so he makes the deal.
Okay, well, I still like to hear Sean talk about it. But anyways, then as far as the WBC, man, I'll be honest with you, man. I was getting dizzy when you were reading that article. It was like he was saying one thing and then saying another thing, and that just seemed like a big jigsaw puzzle. I didn't even get what he was saying. You know, I know the WBC has been doing good, but man, they make things so confusing for us with franchise and all this other stuff. Like, I don't know. How can you rank Tyson? But that's what I got on that. And then Lubin, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Lubin, his camp is just making noise, man. That division is so hot that they know they got to make a little noise to get him a fight. You know, no one's avoiding him, but that division is just so hot right now, especially within PBC. There's so many good fights to make. He got to make a little noise. You see what I'm saying? And then, AJ, you know, I got nothing to say. Someone's got to take AJ out. You know, I'm so tired. I got no love for him. You know that already. I'm not even going to waste my time talking about him. But yeah, man, as far as Mario, I was talking about on Untitled, man, about Vegas. They're not going to miss out on that money. You know, Mario's talking about the UK, Saudi, this and that, China. And, you know, let me tell you something. I didn't catch the show live, but I heard it on the replay on the MP3, which thanks, I like those. China, you can't believe what they're saying. You know, COVID, you know, that stuff broke out in China and Iran but they couldn't believe the numbers. The government controls all the media there. There's no independent journalists there. So it wasn't until it went to Italy and into Europe that then we really saw what it was all about. You can't believe what China's saying of how many cases they got in that. You really believe that the source of where that happened has less than what New York's got when they got double the population of New York? That city is like 15 million, Ness. That's like double New York City. And you actually think that they only got like that small minor of cases? Like, that's a joke. They lie, man. They lie. They lie to their people. I mean, that's the government runs that over there.
Steve, man, thank you for your call. And look, I'm with you, man. We have to interject thought-provoking subjects, to make you call in. And obviously, we don't have all the answers. So I appreciate that you went back and listened and did your research. Not only that, really appreciate that you love the MP3. I implore more people that call in and do use the MP3 to please give kind of your testimony. Because, look, I mean, I know that YouTube, you need to pay, like, I don't know, a subscription fee to be able to download, unless you use, like, an illegal downloader or an internet downloader. But on top of that, that's a lot of Wi-Fi or data that you have to pull to download. So the MP3 is available on our Patreon. So head on over to Patreon and sign up for as little as $3. It's patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. And really quick, while I'm plugging everything, you got to plug. Don't forget that you could get your counterpunch on. Obviously, we have boomerangs and ringers. But for those people that don't want to sign up for a monthly fee, you can obviously get your own counterpunch in. And the counterpunch is the ability to call back into the show if you kind of were left with all your thoughts, right? So you do a $5 either Super Chat or Cash App, NESGTO. Now, because boxing isn't that jumping, maybe not too many people need to call back in, right? Some of these topics, we just need some fights. But hey, we're a few days away, right? We're as little as June 6th for Navarrete in New Mexico?
Yep.
So we're right around the corner. It's May 21st, which sucks, guys. You want to hear the saddest thing? No, I mean, dude, I don't know how many years it's been. Maybe 10 since I haven't, like, gone to a freaking Caribbean island for my birthday. My birthday's like in 10,
shit.
it's like
that's
in
right.
10 days, and this 19 crap ruined my life, right? Like, I can't believe it. It's whack.
Man.
No
But
sand in the toes.
Shout out to my man Stone Bone, Gemini season. You already know. Best in the building of Geminis. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Stop hating on us. But let me see who we got next here. Let's go to the other Steve. I think that's in the UK, right? Steve, what's going on? Williams, maybe. Steve, just listening? You got to unmute. Steve. Go on. All right, there you go.
Are we all good?
We're all good.
How's it going, chat? It's been a while.
Oh, yes, it has. How are you, brother?
Yeah, all good, man. Yeah, how's it going, Doomy? How's it going, Mario? I've not actually spoken to you guys yet. Actually, I think this is my first flagship show as well, even though I've been listening for a little while now. Anyway, a bit of a tangent there. What was Lupin? Yeah, definitely not being avoided. I actually agree with Steve Pass, which is very rare for me. He's just making noise. He's in the hottest division in boxing right now, and he's got to do that if he wants to keep his name relevant. Also, being the number one mandatory challenger, just needs to keep making that noise. He's going to come. The AJ topic, everyone's already said it. Fury's in the number one position right now, but if he does other things, if he beats White again, if he beats Joshua Wilder and then beats Fury, why not? Why can't he be the best of the generation? But as it stands right now, it's definitely Fury. And yeah, that's about it, really. Just at work, hating life, COVID sucks. But yeah, keep it going, guys.
All right, Steve, man.
Hey,
Good
man.
to have
Thanks,
you back,
Steve.
brother. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get some more
Stay up, man.
UK callers on here. Appreciate you calling in. We're going out to Sony. What up?
Hey, what up, Ness?
What up, champ?
Shit, chilling. Yo, bro, your boy Steve in Chicago, bro. That was the caller of the night, bro. Because Cam Porter, bro, he was just on your show like a month ago. And you asked him that topic, he was like, talk to his son. So all this noise that he's talking right now, bro, I ain't even trying to hear it. Steven Chicago
Yeah,
is
but
right,
what do you mean? He said talk to his son. Cool, but can't he, as a trainer father, go and talk to his son? They've been training. They've been in the backyard. They posting that they working. You don't think they're talking about anything?
Yeah, but the way he said it was like avoiding the question.
Yes, Mario, yeah. And that Steve also had put on that Lubin talk, and I agree with Steve in Chicago on that one too. But as long as Lubin is talking, bro, that's the best he can do, bro. He gotta shoot his shot, because that division is thick right there. What you were saying about Tyson and the WC, look, bro, as long as we got the history of George Foreman, we got to keep Tyson out there. What is a referee's job? Protect the fighters in the ring. So I say let Tyson do him. First sign of trouble, you stop that damn fight. But I feel like as long as there was a Foreman, we got to give Tyson a shot at living out his best life. If that want to be in the ring, let it be in the ring. And hey, as far as like Wilder and Fury, AJ talk about being the legend. Hey, as long as Tyson Fury and motherfucking Wilder is still out there, there will always be a 3-man race. I think all three of those guys got a shot at being the heavyweight of the generation, So Wilder lost, but he can bounce back like AJ. Right now, Fury is at the head of the pack, but it's a marathon for those three. So as long as at the end of the race, I think gets the fighter of the generation. I think all three of those guys got it. And that I wrote this shit down. Pacquiao and motherfucking Pacquiao fighting in Saudi Arabia, bruh, that's dead. That's dead. That's dead because the only person that Pacquiao is wanting to fight is Bud. I don't care about all that other talk, bruh. Errol Spence and all them waiting on Pacquiao, bruh. That's dead news, bruh. That's what Floyd was just talking about a couple weeks ago, bruh. Them dudes need to start fighting each other. Let Pacquiao pick his opponent. If Pacquiao don't pick Bud pick up that mic and fight. Like, I don't care. Danny Garcia, I like that fight still. I really, really do. And Wilder getting that license in Nevada, it's just like you said, Ness. He's doing everything in his power to keep that trilogy fight in the U.S. to avenge that loss on some Rocky shit, yo. Peace and love. Flagship Thursday.
It ain't over till it's over.
Hey,
oh man. Champy.
That was a good call though from Steve.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't that Ken Porter was I didn't get like a feeling like they were avoiding it. I just felt like he didn't want anything to do with the conversation when it came to Bud. And now is a little different. Now he's coming out and saying this, but yeah, I rock with what Steve said too. We were gonna get Sean on that next week, and we just need to get Sean on. We need to get him on. We need to talk to him, and we need to pick his brain, and
I think Crawford fight does happen, man. I think that's they're friendly.
Next?
Yeah, next.
Oh, okay.
They're friendly. Look, I don't know how long this COVID is gonna take. We just don't know, but we do know that as soon as it opens up, it's gonna be a flood of boxing. So it's gonna be just people. People right now are talking more than ever and trying to get into an accordance so that when things do open up, people are not just starting to talk. So it's great that they have the communication channels open, that everybody's like Lubin and everybody's talking, keeping themselves relevant. But the actual fight happening between Porter and Crawford, I think it can happen, and it can happen on a return. It's a fight that they've both been kind of talking about, They've both been kind of like, yeah, we just got to talk. Porter said, that, it's a conversation we got to have. But Crawford's also leaning towards Danny. So it's just tough. It's tough to say which route either fight is going to go. But, things are being talked about more than ever now. So it can happen.
All right, let's get out to Caesar, Las Vegas. Talk to us. Caesar, Las Vegas. All right, let me see who's next then. Caesar must be just listening at work. West Coast over there. Getty, Greatness Harlem, talk to us.
Yo, Ness, yo, come back to me, Ness.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Yo, yo, yo. The voice of the people, there is no equal. What's up, TBV family?
Joe, what up?
What up? Thought I'd bring some energy in here. Yo, first thing first, man. Happy birthday to my boy Stone Bone, man. Blessings to you and your family. And who else? Biggie, man. Shout out to Biggie. Biggie Smalls' birthday today, too. Shout out to you. Hey, what's up, Jay from Orlando, man? Good to hear you back, brother. I still got the pictures of us in New York at the appreciation night, man. Keep calling in, my brother. On to the topics. As far as Joshua being the greatest, man, the jury is still out on this whole generation, man. The jury is still out, man. So we won't know until another 3 or 4 years who's going to be at the top of the mountain at the end of the day in the heavyweight division. What was the other one? What was the other topic, bro?
Well,
Tyson getting ranked by the WBC, potentially getting ranked by the WBC should he come back and win. We also had Lubin saying he's Lubin's trainer, Cunningham, saying he's the most avoided fighter. Oh, we also had AJ, whether or not if he still could be the greatest heavyweight of this generation or whether it's time to write him off. And Pacquiao and Mikey in Saudi.
Thanks, Mario.
Yes, sir.
As far as Lubin, man, he just making noise. I agree with Steve's call. He has to, but right now at this moment, he's high risk, low reward. What do you gain from fighting this dude right now? So, but he's doing what he has to do. If I was him, I'd talk a little louder. Any chance I get, calling them all out. That's the only way he gonna get the fights. What was the other? Damn. What was the last one, man? I've been smoking, man. I've been going through some shit.
Some hardcore strains, champ.
Yeah, real talk. No, I'm not. I went to a funeral yesterday, man. My day one died. Known him since the 4th grade, man. So I wasn't really even gonna call in. But
man, my condolences to you, man.
Yeah, man. But that's about all I got, man. Peace to you, gentlemen, and I see y'all in the morning.
Bless, brother.
Hey, man, sorry for your loss, Joe. And yeah, man, I'm sorry. See you in the morning.
Yeah, Let's go to New Jersey's own alumni as well, man. We got a lot of alumni callers.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Yo, what's good, fellas?
What up?
First and foremost, condolences, blessings to Joe. Yo, shout out to Jay from Orlando. Listen, AJ, it's definitely too early to tell, man. So let me go back, a little history lesson. When you look at Holyfield's career and he went back and he fought cats and it was like, yo, he fought a 44-year-old form. He fought like a 46-year-old Larry Holmes. AJ won't have to wait that long, but he gotta, not only does he have to be, for me, considered the greatest. I mean, the greatest what? Greatest heavyweight? Nah. If he wants to be considered the greatest heavyweight, he definitely gotta scalp Fury and he gotta scalp Wilder. If he scalps the both of them, to me, that kind of nullifies the loss to Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? If he scalps both of them, I still wouldn't say greatest heavyweight of all time, but he can talk about it because you're talking about eliminating everybody in the era. You know what I mean? So, however you got that list, 1, 2, 3, if you got Fury at the top, Wilder number 2, Joshua, Wilder, however you flip that up, Right now, most people probably got Wilder, but on to Pacquiao and whether or not or Porter fighting. Listen, 147 is where the sharks swim. I keep saying that. It's really no bad fight. Sure, don't wait around for the money, but Danny the only one. Danny and Sean Porter is the only one that's fighting everybody. You know what I'm saying? Bud, you could say he trying or he not trying. Thurman, I don't know what he doing, man. But Porter and Danny is the only one that's fighting everybody. That's my call. Good show as always, man. I'm out, man. Peace.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for calling in. We're going out to CYP. Talk to me.
What up? What up? Yeah, I gotta bear with me. I lost my voice. I'm doing these classes every day. My voice is gone, but I noticed something. There's a lot of people in the UK who like to lie. Fury definitely 100% tested positive before the Vlad fight. 100%. And if I'm lying, then this article must be lying too. This Sunday, Mirror reported that the 27-year-old who holds the WBA, WBO, IBO belt have been found with unacceptable levels of nandrolone in his system taken before he won the world title against Vladimir Klitschko last November. Listen, imagine if Andy Ruiz tested positive before he knocked out AJ. Imagine how those UK fans will react. Yeah, think about it. Damn, crazy. Wow. Yeah, exactly. That's the same way I'm going to react. I'm reacting the same way. We can talk about Tyson Fury as good as he want to be, but let's stop pretending like boxing ain't weird when it comes to people and their drug suspension. If you test positive before a competition, that competition is supposed to be null and void. It doesn't matter if you're Tyson Fury. It doesn't matter if you're Deontay Wilder. That's how it's supposed to be. But they sit around and they still want to claim lineage when the truth is he ain't the fucking lineage. He lost that shit because he tested positive. That's the truth. The truth of the matter is the lineal would be, sorry to say, but Anthony Joshua would be the lineal champion. Because Anthony Joshua was the one who honestly beat Vladimir Klitschko. Then he lost to my man Ruiz. Then he got it back. Anthony Joshua would be the lineal champion, not Tyson Fury. Did Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder's second fight? Yep, sure did. Good for him. But we ain't talking about that. We talking about greatest resumes, greatest boxers of this decade. How the hell are you going to be the greatest if your greatest victory, arguably, you cheated in? That means you only have one big victory your whole career. You've only fought 2 top 10 boxers your entire career. And one of them you cheated for. So let's stop with this one-hit wonder shit, because that's exactly what Tyson Fury is right now, is a one-hit wonder. A great hit, like Baby got back. But my man is still a one-hit wonder. If any of y'all in the chat want to call me a liar, you're just going to expose the fact that you can't deal with reality. And it makes the UK look even weirder that you can't accept the truth.
But how is he a one-hit wonder? He beat Vlad and Wilder.
Did you not listen? He took steroids to beat Vlad. He tested positive before the Vlad fight. That makes it null and void in every single facet of drug cheating. What's the point of taking drugs if they still go?
They didn't give him a no contest for the fight, champ.
That's my point. They don't have to, but we all know.
Hell yeah, they got to. Hell yeah, they got to.
If a man takes steroids to beat you, then that shit ain't real. If you need steroids to beat me, you are not real, my man. Period. If it's track and field, baseball, whatever, you are not real if you need steroids to.
I hear you, champ, but it ain't go down as a no contest like Alejandra Jimenez versus Franchon Cruz. It's going down. It's going down as a no contest. It's already a no contest. Hey, pick this up, guys. Let me text this person. Might get a surprise. Not a surprise guest. We actually had him scheduled. Shout out to the Patreon that reminded me. I'm trying to see what's up with Shakur. I think he's ready.
Awesome. Yeah, man, it would be good to get Shakur on and talk about the several stories that have circulated since we've been going through these virus times. Excuse me. But yeah. Look, I don't know. It's a murky, like, if this was any subject to go to, like, right now, right after CYP's call, this was the one I wouldn't have wanted to touch. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know, Doomy. You wanna step out into the fire?
I mean, I'll step out into the fire with CYP real quick. I mean, you know, all that stuff. At the end of the day, when you go down, you know, in the books as, you know, you were tested positive or you were found dirty, it taints a lot, and it taints anything that you might have done before.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
guys, I have the current WBO champion on the line, Shakur Stevenson, made out of Newark. What's going on, champ? How are you? How is COVID treating you? And has it affected you or your immediate family? Champ, did we lose him that quick? Oh, damn, that's me. Hold on a minute, champ. I forgot. I got to unmute you. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
No, I didn't hear what y'all said. I couldn't hear y'all.
Oh, I said, first and foremost, thank you for coming on. And I wanted to ask you, how is COVID treating you, and has it affected you or your family?
I mean, COVID affected everybody. So it kind of pushed my fight back, but now we're back and running, and I'm focused. I'm locked in.
Yeah, man. I obviously follow your trainer, Kay Kimura, and you know, I see you, like, you guys are full-blown training camp. I mean, obviously I didn't see any sparring posted. So what are you allowed to do, and what are you restricted from doing, or has anything changed at all for this particular training camp?
Yeah, I actually trained in Houston for this fight, so. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. You said you trained in Houston, right?
Yeah, I've been training in Houston for this fight, as if I usually train in Colorado Springs. So for this fight, I've been in Houston. So it kind of everything in Colorado Springs was really close. You know, Houston just opened back up. So
is the climate? Has the climate been any different than being in Colorado? I mean, it's usually a little warmer in Texas. I think I looked at the news today, and it was like 98 in Texas.
Yeah, it's been hot as hell in Texas, and in Colorado it's usually cold. So that probably been a little different.
Does that help with the strength and conditioning? I guess being in that heat, losing more weight, is it easier to lose weight, and does it help with the stamina?
Yeah, actually, it definitely is easier to lose weight, but I think that in Colorado, the altitude is better for the stamina. So either way is good, though.
Hey, Shakur, I know that, you know, they have Rafael Rivera scheduled. I from what I've read, though, that the Rafael Rivera fight is off. He's no longer your opponent. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think he can't get he won't come in earlier. They trying to get him to come in the country earlier, but he don't want to come in earlier. So I don't know. Like, there's no way we could just get him on clearance that quick. From what I was told, I don't know the whole story, but I just know he won't come in earlier. So
okay,
I guess he's not the opponent no more.
Shakur, what's going on? It's Alex here. You know, just want to thank you for coming on. You know, we're really proud, and we really like the fact that, you know, you rep us so good. You know, us being from Newark too. How's the community in Newark? You know, a lot of the boxers, some of them are able to spar. You know, others don't spar. And I know that Rosborough, you know, he has a kind of like not a lockdown, but strict rules in Newark. How are you able to train, and are you able to spar? Is my question more.
I haven't been in Newark. I don't live in Newark, so I wouldn't know like what. I know everything that's going on over there. As far as like I still got family and friends still over there, so I know what's going on with that. But I don't like it. Don't got no effect on me because I'm not there.
All right. And as far as the community, are you in contact with your family in Newark? You know, are you constantly in contact with them? Because I know that the stuffs are a lot more stringent in our cities than there is probably where you're training.
Yeah, I'm in contact.
All right. And, Rafael Rivera is the guy that was supposed to, like my co-host said, he said that he was supposed to be the next guy. So who is the other guy that might be in line that might replace Rafael if this wasn't to happen?
I don't really know. I don't really know who the next in line. I just know that I done got a couple of different opponents, so I don't know their names. I just told whoever, I told my coaches, it don't even matter, just get me in the ring with somebody, so.
Yeah, we're starting to see like Jamal Herring. We had Albert Bell on, and we knew that he was offered the fight, and Andy Venice was offered a fight. So I know Top Rank treats you. They treat you well.
Albert Bell
They see you as a star.
who?
So I'm sure they gave you those 3 names too, right?
Wait, Albert Bell was offered to fight who? And Jamal
Herring?
was offered to fight who?
Jamal Herring? Yeah.
Oh, they were just offered to fight, not me, right?
To fight, yeah. They
not
they
to
offered,
fight you, to fight.
No, fight
Albert
Herring.
Bell to fight Herring.
Yeah. They offered Andy Venice, and so all I was saying was like I'm sure they had 3 opponents lined up for you as well. So they'll probably just go to the next one.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm still waiting to hear back from them about that, so I don't know yet.
All good. Listen, since
we moving in a short period of time.
Absolutely. Since all this has gone on, the one thing that I've wondered for guys, especially like you, who are, have a certain amount of experience, but are advanced past that experience, do you think that all of this waiting is going to kind of, I don't want to say rush things, but you think your career is going to move a little faster due to the fact that you're sitting here and and everybody has to kind of play catch up?
You said what?
Do you think that you're going to be moving a little? Your career will have to move a little faster.
Do I think my career got to move a little? I think my career moved fast enough already.
Got you.
I think for me to have a title in 13 fights, been in some fights with Chris Diaz, with people fights that tested me out. I think my career moved faster than a lot of people's career. I think there's a lot of people that's like 25-0 and 20-0, and they fighting for their first world title. So
yeah, and then there's people like Brian Garcia, who have 6, 7, even 10 fights more than you that haven't. So I guess more what I wanted to ask is, do you think that other people are going to be more willing to get into the ring with you? There are a lot of guys out there that are calling out names, and some of them are the above weight class. But do you think you'll be able to land these bigger fights sooner than you had hoped?
Yeah. I think that now that I'm moving up to 130, I think that it's going to be a lot easier for me to get into them fights. And I think that like you got JoJo Diaz, Leo Santa Cruz, those type of fighters, and I think it's going to be a lot easier to get in those type of fights.
Yeah, I hope so because, absolutely, definitely think that you are far more advanced than your record shows, So, but we have questions from Patreons, which are some of our most loyal and, valid. But real quick, before I ask that, though, how are you going to feel fighting in a fanless arena, with an arena that, doesn't have fans? How's that going to feel for you?
You said, how is it going to feel what?
Fighting without fans, like no fans in the arena.
Oh, I don't care about that. That's like sparring. I go in the gym and spar without people there all the time. That don't really matter to me. As long as I get my check, I'm good.
So like the crowd responses, none of that is going to, do you usually like zone that out?
Nah, it just, it don't really matter. I fight in me and him could go in a closet and me and him would get a fight and I'll come out the winner. So
Got you. I like that answer. So first Patreon question is from Intrigue the Incredible, and he says, Jerron Boots Ennis has went on record stating he is ready to fight all the champions in the welterweight division. I know you recently sparred Boots and have worked with Crawford, so here's my question. If Jerron Boots Ennis versus Bud Crawford happens after Boots gains more experience, who do you favor in that fight and why?
I ain't answering that question because I messed with both of them. Boots, my brother. Terence, my brother. I ain't really trying to answer that question.
I feel you. I hear you
I
on
think
that.
that right now, Boots is a young, up and coming fighter. He ain't been in no big battle tested fights yet, so I think it's gonna be a while before that fight even get in place. So I can't really give you a realistic answer.
Yeah, no, definitely. Absolutely. It's very early, but we see things in him. So, a lot of our listeners definitely have big hopes for him. Lids Low says, "What it do, champ? Would you fight Gary Russell before you leave the division?"
Yeah, if that fight was presented to me, I wouldn't mind fighting Gary Russell. I don't think it's been a fight that's been talked about because me and Gary, we kind of been around each other a lot. I've been in the gym with Gary a lot. He was like a big bro to me before. I don't mind fighting nobody, but I don't think it's been talked about. He ain't really say my name. I ain't really been screaming his name too much, so uh, I wouldn't mind fighting him, but I don't think that's a fight that the fans like hyped up or something that the fans talked about yet.
No, definitely. There doesn't seem to be bad blood, but don't get it twisted. I would love, and we would all love to see that fight. Not for like bad blood reasons, just because y'all are two highly skilled fighters. But we'll move on to the next one. David Maldonado says, "By when do you see yourself moving to 135, which is becoming the new division of superstars? And who do you see there as your biggest fight out of Devin Haney, Teofimo, Tank, and Ryan Garcia?"
It's hard to even answer that question because by the time I get to 35, I just moved up to 130. By the time I get to 135, all them guys gonna be done moved to 140, and some of them probably move back down or whatever it is. Like with Lomachenko, he probably moved back down. So out of all of them guys, if I felt like right now who would be my toughest fight out of, if you name put all of them in the category, I think I'd say Lomachenko just because the experience and the competitiveness. Out of all them guys, I think out of all of them, none of them is like competitive like me compared to like a Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko probably the only one that'll be as competitive with me. So.
Got you. Wow. Okay.
Now
I know I did hear you on
honestly,
Sway in the Morning say that you thought a fight between you and Devin Haney down the road would be like a super fight that would happen.
Yeah,
Do you still? I mean, you feel that way?
Yeah, down the road, there you go. Yeah, I think that with Devin, I think that he's gonna be one that he's gonna be in it for the long run. So I think down the road, I think Devin gonna be hard to beat for a lot of people. I think me and him gonna be a super fight. One of them Ray Leonard Hagler fights. Most likely I'll be Ray and he'll be Hagler.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was going to put it. You're absolutely right. That fight down the line is going to have a lot of people remembering, those Hagler Hearn days and stuff. The next one's from Dennis. He says, who do you see as your toughest challenge? I don't know if he means so far or upcoming, but I guess you can interpret it any way you want. Who do you think's your toughest challenge right now?
Toughest challenge, I think it's gonna probably be we were just talking about. I think Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko go. I think just from when I went to go spar and I seen how competitive he was, I think that he's gonna be just tough in that aspect. I think skill wise, I think I'm a lot better than him though.
Got you.
I think
Yeah.
skill wise, I'm way better. I think that both of us is real competitive. So I think that I edge him. If we fight, but I think that I don't think he could beat me either. I think that he's a good fighter. I think he's one of the best ones out of all the ones you named. I don't think he could beat me either.
Got you. Yeah, I would definitely be a great fight. Y'all are both super skilled. Now listen, I got to tell you that I know that you answered this last time on the show, okay? But remember we're live and we have a lot of people. You want me to move on to the next one, Ness? Okay, I'm gonna move on. That's fine. Never mind. I was going to ask you this question, but you already answered it last time, so we're all good. George Foster says, Champ, with all due respect, you can claim Warrington didn't want to fight you, but his team were the only ones sending offers. 2, if I'm correct. If you really wanted unification, why didn't Bob offer Josh anything for a U.S. fight?
I mean, we got to be realistic here. I'm 13 fights in. What Warrington is, he's like 30 fights in, undefeated, established world champ. So if we being realistic, he more established. He got a bigger fan base than me. It only made sense for the fight to be in his territory under his rules, and he had to be the one. So I didn't mind doing nothing that he was saying, but you gotta understand. I just wanted to get paid too. So, like I said, he got a bigger name and bigger. He's a bigger fighter than me so far because he's 30 fights in, way older than me. I'm only 13 fights in, still establishing and building myself. So, it only made sense for them to send paperwork over and make a big fight with me and Warrington. That only made sense, and honestly, I feel like he needs me more than I need him. I think that I'm gonna go on to be one of the greatest fighters to ever do it, and Warrington should have fought me when he had the chance, because sooner or later I'm gonna get better and better and better, and it's only gonna get worse for him. So, like I said, I think that's really the reason why. We didn't really send nothing over.
Got you. And it's like you said earlier too. You know, you're moving fast. You know, not just relatively. Like you're moving fast already. You know, so no need to speed it up any more than it needs to be. But yeah, no, you're already moving fast enough, right?
No. No, I don't agree with that. I'm already was ready for the fight. I'm ready for that fight. That fight, the fighting wasn't the problem. It was more the outside of ring stuff being the problem. So.
Okay, yeah, I got you. I hear you on that. That makes sense.
You gotta understand, I'm a world champion too, and that was a unification fight. So I deserve to get paid as if it's a unification fight.
Hey, Shakur, just how did you feel when in the middle of those negotiations, Josh Warrington went from being with Frank Warren to signing with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn?
Honestly, I felt good about it because at the time, after he went from Frank Warren to Eddie Hearn, I'm thinking like Eddie always talk about Frank Warren ain't got the money to pay the fighters, and he talk a lot of shit about Frank Warren. As we're saying, like, Frank Warren is broke, he ain't gonna be able to pay these fighters this, and so I'm thinking in my head, Eddie Hearn was gonna offer more for that fight than Frank Warren, but come to find out he was offering the same thing. So I thought it was gonna be, it was gonna be better with him being in the picture, but it wasn't.
So you didn't interpret that as, I don't want to call it a duck, but it was like they were talking like the fight was set, and then it was like he went somewhere else, and then everything changed. You didn't feel like maybe there was a possibility that he did that to get out of the fight a little bit, or do you think it was just about business?
Nah, I wouldn't even say. I think it was all business. I don't think he dug me. I think that only thing that's questionable is when he starts saying right before my fight, he was talking about he was going to fight UCAN next, and they started talking about him versus UCAN and all this stuff. That was questionable when we was already talking about me and him was supposed to be next. So
yeah,
but I don't think I can't say he dubbed me.
Shakur, I remember the last time we had you on, you said that you was trying to stick around just for the Warrington unification. Now that you're in Houston and you're seeing, not that you had struggled with weight, but now that you're seeing it's easier to make weight in the heat, are you thinking of sticking around a little bit longer at 126, or are you one and done?
Nah, I'm ready for 130. I'm ready for the champions at 130. If Leo and Tank don't get made because of the weight, I don't know if Tank could make 130. I think that me and Leo would be a hell of a fight. I think that should be something that we should look into. So
Now, I seen you post that on your social media. Let me actually screen share that. Are you gonna go into that fight with the same mindset as Warrington, meaning Leo's a 4 division champ? Let them make you the offer, or are you gonna at least get, Ward or James Prince to talk to somebody? Because Leo has a lot of options, like you said. If he doesn't get Tank, I mean, Abner Mares is there. Who else? They got Chris Colbert is there. There's plenty of people on the other side, so to speak. So how could you push that fight?
I don't know. That's all business, and that's all in the hands of my managers and stuff like that. But I can't control that as of right now. But that's something that's not even on the works yet. So I can't really tell you what happened right now. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer your question.
No problem. Since that's the business side of it, talk to me about the fighting side. What is it about Leo Santa Cruz that, other than his fame and popularity, that you want to get in the squared circle with him? I mean, he throws a lot of punches. Is there any flaws you see?
I mean, honestly, just a bigger name in the division. There's not really a lot of big names in the 130 division. There's a lot of fighters that got world titles, but they don't have big names like Leo Santa Cruz do. You got Burchell, JoJo, Jamel, and I forget who the other champion is. Oh yeah, it's Leo. So there's not a lot of big names at the division. So I just wanted to fight the one with the biggest name and get my face out there. And I don't think Leo Santa Cruz could do anything with me. I think that's a horrible fight for him. I think he knows that. So it'll probably be hard getting him in the ring, but it ain't gonna hurt me to talk about it.
So, Champ, before we go back to the people's questions, obviously I seen your post on April 14th on Instagram. You made the Shakur Stevenson pound for pound list, and you said it was your first list, and you felt like it was spot on. So I'm just going to read it out loud before we get into it. For those that are not watching us live on YouTube and other video platforms and listening to us on podcasts, his number 1 is Terence Bud Crawford. Then follows are like this: Terence Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Vasily Lomachenko, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Earl Spence Jr., Inoue, Manny Pacquiao. Number 9 is Deontay Wilder. 10 is Arthur Beterbiev. So, man, I want to just say, was there any bias in Crawford being number 1? Because I think Canelo is number 1.
I can't argue that. I'm not going to argue that. I mean, it's a 1 or 2 pound for pound, so it's kind of hard to argue with who you think is number 1. Or I honestly think that either or could have been number 1. So, like I said, I can't argue that at all.
And what was your criteria for making your list? Like, what's your how'd you put people in those positions?
Because it's usually who the best fighter is over a certain period of time. So, don't get me wrong, Pacquiao, he could be higher on the list too, but I don't. Pacquiao on his way down. He only fought once in probably the last year or two, so kind of hard to just put him right there. You feel me?
Cool. So, Champ, I know you think highly of Vasil. You got him at number 3, because you shared the ring with him and stuff like that. Am I wrong in thinking that guys like Teofimo and Devin Haney are just too big for Vasil? Because guys like Pedraza, who haven't started at 35, and guys like Linares, who didn't start at 35, those guys gave him a tough time, and they're not on that level, right, of those other guys?
I mean, if we being honest, I think that what was that? Both of them fights was like his first or second fight there at 135, right?
I would have to fact check it, but maybe.
Both of them fights was like his first or second fight at the weight class. So I don't think that he was fully adjusted. I think that he finally class. I mean, Jorge Linares, Pedraza, he stopped Linares, and I think he beat up Pedraza. So I think he was getting adjusted to that weight class. Those was his first two fights there.
Now you know Teofimo Lopez, and you really know Haney. You even see yourself in a future super fight with him. So how do you think those two guys do versus Vasily?
I just think that experience plays a part. You gotta realize we haven't seen neither of them fighters in the ring with anybody of a caliber of Vasily Lomachenko or anywhere near that. Like, neither of them guys ever been pushed in that type of way. So I just can't go on a limb and just say, oh, they looking good against these guys that they fighting, and just tell you right now that, oh, I think Devin Haney or Teofimo gonna knock out Lomachenko or beat Lomachenko. I can't say that. Them guys haven't been battle tested or anything like that.
You've been in the ring, Shakur, with Vasily, right? You've sparred with him.
I've been in the ring with all of them. Name them, I've been in the ring with all of them.
And as far as styles between Teofimo and Devin Haney, what style of those two would give Vasily more problems, in your opinion?
You said what?
Out of the two styles, Devin Haney and Teofimo, since you've been in there already with Vasily and all these guys, what style would give Vasily the more problems? Devin Haney's or Teofimo's?
Devin, because Devin is a pure boxer, I think. And with Lomachenko, I think that with Teofimo, I think that his best chance is going to be his punching power. So if he don't get him out of there in round 2 or 3, it's going to be a long night for him. I think that with Devin is in shape. He got good legs, got good hand speed. I think that it's going to be it'll be a harder fight with Devin than Teofimo.
And Shakur, how do you feel about crowdless shows? Going into a crowdless show, fighting in a crowdless show, out of the country.
You saw what?
Said, how would you? Never mind. Just squash that question because Ness is shaking his head over there.
Nah, he answered that already. He answered that he said doesn't matter as long as he get his check. But we got another one from the people. Cali Fire says, what's good, champ? I was in Reno in attendance when you fought Joet Gonzalez. Not going to lie, I was going for Gonzalez. But do you see yourself sitting down on your punches and becoming more aggressive as a fighter in the future?
I mean, it's all in people's opinions. I mean, certain fights, you got to do certain things to win a fight. You got certain fighters that's not going to allow you to do certain things. Your opinion, you may think from the outside looking in that I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that, but you got to realize Joet Gonzalez was a solid fighter, undefeated, young prospect on the rise, got a tight, solid defense, not that easy to hit, easy to outbox, but not that easy to hit. So, I mean, you're gonna get different performances, different nights.
For sure, champ. We got Matty Ice that says, what up, champ? Do you see yourself moving up to welterweight and dominating the division eventually?
I mean, I can't look that far ahead. I don't know how big I'm going to get later on down the line, but if I do, whatever division I end up in, I'm going to dominate.
For sure. Spoken like a true competitor. Sway in New York says, what's good, champ? If you could fight any fighter, past or present, in their prime, who would it be and why?
I'll fight Floyd Mayweather because I feel like he the best fighter to ever do it in my eyes. So if I could fight any fighter past the prime, it'd definitely be Floyd. I think that southpaws gave him a problem, and I think I would be probably one of the best southpaws we got in ring with.
You never had the opportunity to spar with him?
Never. I asked him several times though.
Cool. We got Brandon in Cincinnati that says, "Give me your top 5 pound for pound sexiest women right now."
What? I'm not messing with y'all. Y'all not getting me in trouble. What I look like, man?
Spoken like a true gentleman. Thank you, champ. We got Steve in Chicago that says, "What's good, champ? Thanks for coming on the show. Are you moving up in weight for your first fight once boxing gets started?"
I mean, I fight June 9th, and yeah, I am.
Also, you're going to fight at 130 June 9th?
Yeah.
So is it a non-title fight, or are you vacating the title?
I'm not sure. I ain't get all the details on it yet.
Cool. We got Rel in Detroit that says, "When you throw the 2, what's the best way to evade? Happy Mother's Day to your mother, champ. Blessings." Obviously, he put his question in 2 weeks ago. So he's, saying that. But also he said, when you throw the 2, what's the best way to evade?
Evade? What do you mean? To get out the way?
Yeah.
I'm a southpaw, so I usually be fighting right-handed fighters. So whenever I throw my left hand, I try to step to my right, away from their right hand after I throw.
Beautiful. Thanks for the tip.
I can't be giving y'all all my secrets, man.
Thanks for the tip, champ. Actually, Rel is one of our Border Wars fighters, so he's in the ring. He's training as an amateur with what's my guy? Hector Munoz, the guy with the gun tattoo, fought Danny and a bunch of people. But anyway, we got Sony.
Yeah, I don't mind giving those becoming fighters that.
Beautiful.
It's just the world listening, so I can't have everybody listening to my secrets.
I hear
Chef
you.
never give his recipe up, man.
Oh, you know what I want to ask you, man? I had scheduled Troy Isley, but I never got him on. He was I don't know. I think he was in Colorado.
I'm with him right now.
I know, man. How's he looking? Because he's about to transition to the pros. He signed with James Prince. He's in camp with you. He's trained with your trainer. Dan, sounds like he got it going on.
Yeah, he right now he on a little break. He got a little injury. So whenever it's his time to pop back out, he's gonna pop back out.
What weight is he gonna campaign at? Do you know?
I'm not sure. That's a question you gotta ask him.
For sure.
I would say 54.
Okay. All right. We got Sony who says, "Hello, champ. Hope all is well with you and your family. Only a little ill-informed casual fan with no intelligence on the boxing would ask the question, who is Shakur Stevenson? But like the rest of the Boxing Voice and the true boxing fans here, I'm well aware and happy to see your metric rise. So my question is, on a lighter note and fun-filled question, the TBV brass are music lovers as well as boxing lovers, but a couple of weeks ago, we're on opposing sides of the fence. Mr. Shakur, are you familiar with the hip-hop legends known as the Wu-Tang Clan, and do you think they are worthy of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Now, I don't know too much about them, so I can't really answer that question. No, that's probably past my time.
And you're absolutely right. He is so mad. Let me tell you, that's his favorite question to ask because people don't remember the Wu, so he mad. Let me get to Big Casual that says, what's good, champ? I knew about you before the Olympics, but I became a huge fan once I seen how you reacted when you didn't get the win with the gold medal. I knew then, once you became pro, you wasn't just fighting for the money or the fame, but for the legacy. Win, lose, or draw, champ, I will always be a fan. Out of all your peers in boxing, which one of them do you feel will be your biggest pay-per-view fight?
I'm not sure. We got to see where it goes. But by the looks of it right now, probably a Ryan Garcia.
Nice. All right, we got Salvador Asesino who says, who are your top 3 favorite boxers today?
Today,
Mm-hmm.
I say Canelo, Terence Crawford, and Earl Smith.
Cool. We got Carlito in the UK says, Wangwan Shakur, when you coming to London? We got a couple of stadiums for you to fill, G.
I mean, shit, I don't know yet. We'll see later on down the line. I can't wait when it is time to do that.
Bet. We
We'll
got
go down there.
We got Trey with another one. Trey says, Roy Jones Jr. versus Andre Ward. Who you got at 160, both prime?
Andre Ward.
Yo, we just rewatched the Andre Ward Kovalev one. I cannot. Yo, when you see Ward, ask him, was he hurt? I don't remember, man. I went to that fight live, but he fought that fight with one hand, bro. He barely threw that right hand, and he still, like, even with a knockdown, I still had him winning that fight. That was crazy. That Ward one fight was a great
It did look
fight.
like he fought with one hand. You gotta realize he left-handed though.
Yo, but he bit like Shakur. I was counting right hand. I mean, it was rounds where he did not throw one right hand.
Yeah.
And it was some rounds where he only threw
Yeah, he's
two.
left-handed. Yeah, he's left-handed. I think that's really the main reason.
Wow,
And he probably ain't see it.
All right, we got King Amin that says, please explain to people what it takes to make it to the nationals and international level out of Newark, New Jersey.
I mean, it takes hard work and dedication to make it anywhere in life. So it took a lot of hard work to get to the nationals and international level, and it took a lot of experience. So the more and more experience that I had, the better and better I got.
All right, we got James Valdez who says, how did you get the nickname Sugar and alias Fearless? And how come we haven't heard either of them used for you as of recently?
Because that was never my nickname. Somebody made me a nickname and try to run with the nickname that they gave me. That's a name that I was in the ring and they just announced the nickname Fearless, and I never co-signed that. Nobody never came to me and asked that. They just came up with that stuff.
Bet. Let me see. We are at. Do you got time? You still got time, champ?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We got Ayers Joseph that says, love from the United Kingdom, champ. I think you and Devin are going to have the sport on lock in the next 5 years. After easily dispatching Josh Warrington, what are your plans to dominate the division or move up if so? What do you think your physical limits will be as in regards to weight? Could you finish your career at, and he's putting a question mark, so he wants to know, where do you think you'll finish your career?
Could I finish my career where?
He put a question mark, so
weight?
he's letting you guess what weight.
I think probably 147, 140. Well, I don't know. I think that's probably the biggest I'll get.
Bet. We got another one here. It is J-Mac in the New Orleans says, you have a very interesting team around you. Andre Ward versus Terence Crawford. Who's the more overall all-complete and smart adjustment-making fighter out the two, in your opinion?
Adjusting, that's kind of hard. That's really hard because both of them is real good at adjusting inside the ring. So that's a hard question to answer. Both of them guys are like real smart fighters, and they get better and better as the fight go on.
All right, we got Info Joe in California says, what's up, champ? As a hardcore boxing fan, I'm going crazy like a dope fiend for boxing. If safety measures were in place, would you be willing to fight with no audience? You already answered that, but I don't know if you want to add anything.
Yeah, I am. I don't got nothing else to add. I am, though. I don't mind it.
Bet. We got Stone Bone Boxing in Colorado who says, peace, champ. I feel after Bud Crawford, you are the next young elite level boxer with the highest IQ in boxing. How will that IQ help you separate from the rest of the young champions? And congrats to you and your grandfather. He deserves all the accolades. I've had the pleasure of meeting him and short conversations. He is as real as they come. And he put 3 finger cross emojis.
So what was the question? And tell him I'm with him right now. Yeah, he's everything that he said.
How do you think your IQ?
But I didn't get the question.
He said, how will your IQ help you separate yourself from the rest of the young champions?
I think my IQ is definitely gonna separate me from everybody else. I think I'm the smartest of all the young fighters coming up. I think I'm the best boxer, pure boxer out of all the young fighters coming up. And I think it's gonna take me a long way.
All right, we got G the Don Boxing says, what's up, champ? As someone who is into boxing and streetwear, is there anything in the works for you? Any of your upcoming merch to be a collaboration or have OVO, October's very own, brand on it, since you are sponsored or affiliated with them, right? Correct? Thanks a lot. Can't wait to see you back in the ring. Glove emoji, fire emoji.
Tell him I don't really know. That ain't something we really talked about yet. I'm just building my brand as I go. But I have some merch on my own that's on the way.
Bet. Do you have anywhere you could give out? Like, where could they get it?
You said, nah, we actually put it up. We're gonna try to put it up online. But I gotta go get the shirts and stuff. So I'll post it whenever.
All right, we got 2 more, champ. Boston Jarrett says, who would you pick in a fight at 160 pounds between Andrade versus Canelo and Andrade versus Charlo, and why?
Andrade?
Yep.
I will pick Andrade versus. Nah, I don't know. It'll be hard with both fights. I can't pick him against Canelo. I can't really pick him against Charlo either. So I don't know. Them is 50-50 fight both ways.
All right, we got the Earthquake that says, I think he's from Brooklyn too. Salute, champ. One of my favorites to watch. You're one of my favorites to watch right now. If you had a fight canceled because your opponent failed a drug test and you could choose their punishment, what would it be? Damn, that's a good question.
Terence was in there, and I was like,
just suspend them, I guess. Suspend them for. It's depending on the caliber of the fight.
it made me think about you, but I hadn't
But suspend them, I guess, for about a year, I say.
All right, champ. Well, that is all our questions. We want to thank you, obviously, for coming on the show. We appreciate you, obviously, coming on, answering all our questions and the people's questions, man. Want to, once again, just wish you well and can't wait to get you see you back in the ring. So your date is when exactly? June what?
June 9th.
June 9th. Well, Shakur, man, thank you once again. Please give out any social media for anyone that isn't following you can do so.
Okay, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, at Shakur Stevenson. I don't get on nothing else, so follow me there.
All right, champ. And I have been screen sharing it. I want to thank you again and talk to you later. Thanks again. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Shakur Stevenson, the champ. Yo, do me. What up? Mario, what up? How are you guys? That was a hell of an interview, man. I love his energy.
It's nice when the post is like from a long way back and people can't get in those last minute, because I kept refreshing. I was like, man, I'm surprised we didn't get any last minute. I'm like, oh, you know why?
I refreshed
because they couldn't find it.
And I'm scrolling for minutes.
Bro, let me tell you, I've been refreshing too, and I posted it a few times in the chat, but I guess the chat didn't take advantage. Let me see. We had that super chat we didn't go to during the interview from DBX who says, I got Tio with the KO over Loma, but if it goes past 6, it favors Loma. Great show as always. Well, thank you for the super chat. Thanks, Shakur, for coming on the show. Don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. And, it doesn't matter if it's a future, present, past. It helps. Well, let me go on out to some alumni real quick. Get back right to the callers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella. And he comes from the Magnolia.
Ooh. What's happening? You hear me?
Champ, what it do, baby? How you doing?
What up? What's good? I'm an audio sound. I'm in a truck. I'm driving, going state to state.
You good?
You
good?
Good, man. All right. Further, but I want to give y'all a shout out, bro. That was a hell of an interview. Know what I'm saying? I'm a Shakur Stevens fan, bro. To be honest, bro, I just want to see all these young dudes just get a big fight, bro. Just look, man, Shakur, fight JoJo, fight Tevin Farmer, fight whatever fight can be made, just take the fight, man. Cause I want to see all these young dudes get some experience, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's the only thing they're missing. I see the talent, I see the potential, I see the charisma. I just need to see the fights. You know what I'm saying? I got them favored in all these fights I got, but I just still need to see it. It gotta happen. You gotta get that experience, dog. You know what I'm saying? But I see a big future for him, though, bro. I see a big future for him. You know what I'm saying? And man,
I hope so.
That's all I got, though, bro, man. Y'all be easy, man.
All right,
hey,
all right.
And no, you didn't check out the freestyle videos yet, or the battle videos?
No, look, Mario. I've been moving around. I'm gonna try to check it out tonight. Bro. But I'm just going off what I heard. Look, I ain't giving no opinion on it. I just was telling you what I heard. But I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on it, bro. And hopefully what I heard it would happen, because I don't that false information, but we don't rock with that. You know what I'm saying, Mario?
I feel you.
NO, man. Thanks for holding it down, champ. We appreciate you being back. So yeah, man, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget you can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation.
Yeah, man, and definitely hit the notifications, like he said. Definitely subscribe. It definitely helps with the visibility. And we're going to be continuing to give you as many shows as we possibly can. And with boxing coming back, I don't anticipate any days without multiple releases, without probably close to double our content. Well, maybe not double, but at least half of that. Whatever you could add another 0.5% to the, content we deliver. But, with fights coming back, we're going to have watch alongs is what I call them, because I forgot what live fight chat's my man. I forgot what Ness every time I butcher it. I used to butcher I was about to butcher it again. The Tuesday, film review, film studies. So, but yeah, listen, we're going to be doing those, and of course the battles and everything. And if you got what it takes, step up to the plate on Saturday. I had this dude hit me up that I haven't talked to in a really long time. And he was like, yo, I seen your battle. I was like, cool. I'm calling in. I was like, all right. He's like, I'm going to battle you. I was like, all right, chill, champ.
Man.
All good.
Everybody wants the crown
now. Yeah, for real.
Who's trying to battle? Who's that?
Some dude from high school I haven't talked to in 7 years. Wants that clout.
You see Mario in the light. You're like, dang.
Oh yeah. He battled you back in the elementary schoolyard, trying to get some revenge.
Trying to take Mario's
get back.
Money.
He wanted to get back. All right. Damn, Trey Miller nominated NO for Caller of the Year for 2019. And yeah, his presence was definitely there for 2019, so he definitely makes for a candidate without a doubt. Let me see real quick. We're going out to Greatness Harlem.
Yo, Ness, how y'all living, man?
Oh man, we grateful, man. We just had the champ on.
Yeah, man. I was definitely tuned in. I had to unfortunately go on to YouTube and listen to y'all for a quick second, man. You know I don't really mess with YouTube like that. But since I'm on that subject already, I definitely wanted to mention I do prefer the MP3, the audio version. It do get me through my day because a lot of times I'll be surfing through my phone, and I still want to listen to the show and keep y'all in the background. You feel what I'm saying? I obviously can't do that with YouTube unless I put up some bread, and I'm not doing that. So I definitely do prefer the MP4. That's a good option for me. And then, of course, everybody, in order to enjoy this, you got to join the Patreon. For sure, join the Patreon. There's a lot of boxing knowledge that I gained just by joining the Patreon. You feel what I'm saying? So I definitely hope those who out there listening, definitely join the Patreon movement. Smash that like and just support the way how you can, man. For sure. One of the best ways of supporting is just calling in, and giving that good input. But yo, Ness, man. So let's talk about boxing, man. With Sean Porter. Sean Porter, man. I like this, man. I need Sean Porter to really get a good fight because at the top of the division you got Errol Spence. He lost to Errol Spence, but he beat Danny Garcia, and now Danny Garcia is about to fight Errol Spence. And if it goes either way with Spence and Garcia, if Garcia win, I would love to see Garcia versus Porter too. So it's many different ways we could go about it. Of course, everybody would know that Spence might win over Garcia. Maybe they may feel that way. It could definitely go either or, but I do think that the division is still hot. With or without Manny Pacquiao. And I don't mean to say that as a shot at Pacquiao, but of course, Pacquiao is in his own lane. He's on his way out of boxing and still building on with his legacy. I mean, of course, he's a big fight, but I do feel like the division can survive without Pacquiao. You dig what I'm saying? And lastly, I definitely got the message. I'm glad everything is confirmed. Casual, you there?
Nah, he didn't hop on today.
He was working.
Oh, okay. That's good, man. I'm glad he is working. I definitely understand that. I'll definitely see him on Saturday. And do me, man. You called me out, so definitely pull up, man. Don't think that that you could hide behind these contracts. I'm respecting the rematch clause and all that, but I'm not respecting you calling me out and then all of a sudden we got to deal with the papers and all that. You feel me? What anything you got to say about that?
Yo, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Listen, it'll happen. It'll happen because the management that I'm under makes the fights that need to happen. So don't worry about it, champ. I'm going to pull up like Vin Diesel on you.
Yo, he's trying to run through all the co-hosts.
I know. It's all good. I like his demeanor, though. He look calm, collective. We're going to see what it is when we go to war.
That's right.
Chee!
My man Doomy's got it locked, ready.
Nah, I just, I got to get the call from the management, make sure that I know exactly who it is. So, I tailor my style to demolish whatever style's coming against me.
That's right.
Chee! Nah, but
yo, shout out to y'all who's been MIA with us. Just sent me a message and reposted the little video we did with him when he was down in Philly, and you know what I'm saying, he was working out in Danny's gym.
Yeah.
He just
who you said?
What you mean? Who I said?
I didn't hear you.
Anthony Yardi.
Oh, Yard.
The Yard man.
Yard. And shout out to Bomac, yo. I text Bomac Stone Bone, and he said, yeah, he down. He just we just trying to hammer out a day. My man's super busy. It take him mad hours to answer texts back, but like he been hitting me back. So we gonna get the McIntyre up on her. Yeah, I'm saying, get the McIntyre, man. Let's go out
Y'all
to
still got them same jokes.
Detroit. Ha ha!
Red belt, black belt, WO and green. I'm king. Undisputed go TBE. And you can catch the ladies first on TBV. Voice of the
Yo, why you on
people.
beat?
Now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet. BOXING.
Yo, why you so late? You on delay over there?
I might be. I sound on beat.
He be like ING. What up, Stainless?
Murdering that mud. Just butchering that mud. It's all good. TBV, man. What's up? Black Thursday.
Stainless, let me butcher you. You know, I got somebody hitting me up. I can't even remember because, and no disrespect to his hitting me up. I appreciate everybody.
They hit me up on Instagram, man.
Oh, I think I did send them. Oh, see, I was about to say my bad, but I did
What's
send
ill,
them.
man? Man, it's all good with me. What's ill is what all he asked me for was what you already got. You know what I'm saying? Look, man.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you had it posted anywhere where get some.
Nah, man, that's yours, man. I'm not. Look, bro, that's yours. You might not remember we was all on that back call and you was like,
I remember.
talking about doing that, and that I took that as a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Not just that, but the whole Freestyle Friday.
Yeah, you know Mario ducking that challenge too. Because remember when I said that, you went ahead and did that, and he was supposed to write a verse to that. And I don't know. He's been ducking that verse.
I already finished.
You know, I'm on to the next one. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to murder a new one. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know, cause that's that verse right there. Like that hook is it. So y'all gotta jump on that. That gotta be part of the TBV mixtape. But anyway, talk to us.
Yo, and that's what I'm on too. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know what I'm saying, the commission, Mr. Sony Woods and hit me up. You know what I'm saying? We got that working in the background too. So if y'all don't MCs, you know what I'm saying, if y'all scared to battle or y'all don't want to spit, then shit, hit me up just hit me up on Skype, man. Let's make something happen. If y'all got them boxing bars, just let us see, man. We doing it on Saturdays, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Don't be scared, man. Don't wake up early in the morning, take your shower, drink your coffee, and be like, oh, I'm ready. And then don't push one or don't unmute, man. Like, come ready with them bars, man. We ain't here to criticize. We just here to have fun, man. I'm going to be honest. All I heard was the end of Shakur interview. I already know it's a good show. I'm going to go back and listen anyway, though. But I already know it's a good show because y'all on here doing the same thing y'all do every time, which is put out good content, man. I know it's a lot of other podcasters that's happy y'all back, that y'all showing up on YouTube. but I'll talk about that some other time. What was this I'm hearing about the Crawford Garcia Porter? What was that? Getty was talking about.
You know, Kenny, he's eyeing fights, and Pac is one of them. Bud is one of them. You know, he mentioned Danny, mentioned a couple of them, but Pac and Bud being one of the ones they want.
You know, if I'm being real, man, Sean Porter is one of the only people I wouldn't mind seeing Manny Pacquiao fight. Like, I'm so ready for that dude to retire or at least stop taking belts, man. He don't even need a belt. But I'm like Getty, man. It don't matter who it is at this point, man. If they that top tier, I'm ready to see him back in the ring, man. So Shakur got a fight on June 9th. Is that what I heard correctly?
Yes, sir.
That's
correct. Boxing's back next month, baby. We back.
That's something to look forward to, man. I'm gonna get off on that, man. But Mario, I'm still expecting them bars. Getty, I know you got this battle with Casual, so I'm gonna leave you alone for this week. But you know what's up on that Sony. Same thing, man. Info, you know what I'm saying? It's man.
He coming for everybody. He coming for everybody.
You don't even know yet. You don't even know yet. But as I always say, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast, because this is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you a pendejo. And shout out to El Camino. Man, like I say, make sure y'all on here Saturday, man, because it is going down. Peace.
Peace. Let's see. That's everybody right there. Let me check over here. DC Louisville Slugger, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, sir, fellas.
Champ,
Y'all
what
hear me?
up? Yes, sir.
What up? What up? Yeah, y'all doing it tonight, man. I had to call in, y'all. Great show, man. But yeah, I had a few topics I wanted to just point out on real quick. I wanted to talk about Lubin. I feel like Lubin, man. Lubin need to try to go and get him a belt before he even talk about Charlo. Cause you know what I'm saying. After that, you know what I'm saying, that first round knockout, man, is looking ugly. He need to be trying, cause you know they passing them belts around in his division right now. So I feel like he can get a belt, then he can go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and try to talk about Charlo. But right now, yeah, he need to be trying to fight somebody else since they passing them belts around. And Sean Porter, I don't feel like Sean Porter gonna get that Pacquiao fight. He might get that Bud fight, but that Pacquiao fight, I know he's not gonna get that because I feel like Sean Porter can knock Pacquiao out for real, just how he fight. So I feel like that's not a good fight for Pacquiao. So I don't even think he's gonna get that. And on the AJ thing, that's over with because you already know how I'm going. That Wilder gonna end all that once Wilder he knocked Fury out in the third fight. So we ain't even probably. I hope I'm wrong, but we probably ain't gonna never get that AJ Wilder fight.
90
only way we
seconds.
get that if Fury do his thing on the third fight, but Wilder about to knock his ass out third fight. So we ain't even worried about that. So I feel like if Wilder and AJ ever fought, he'll Dominique Brazil his ass. To be real, I'm just gonna keep it real. That's how I feel like that fight will go. I'm not saying it'll be first round, but when he catch him, that's how it'll look. How he did Dominique Brazil. But you know what I'm saying? Great show, man. And you know,
60
I just wanted to call
seconds.
in and just talk about them three topics though. But yeah, appreciate it, man.
All right. Champ, man, thanks for calling in. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the comments in the comment section, man. What do we got?
Yo, I hope he's wrong because I really do want to see AJ Wilder one day. And I don't even care if it's not for like all the marbles or I don't even care if it's for a belt. I just want to see them fight one day.
Yo, Stainless, let me handle that. Actually, I'm gonna post it on Patreon, bro, and make it an MP3 downloadable. So for anybody that wants to download the full version of Stainless's intro, which is the entire song that he wrote, that we still waiting for Mario to jump on and that guy from Atlanta, even Info Joe, like where they verses at, what they scared of. That's all I'm saying, man.
Bro, where are we supposed to record? We can't record nowhere.
Man, excuses, muses, man. Excuses, muses. You can let us hear your acapella verse to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'll do that on Saturday.
You could put your headphones in your ear, your little earbuds, Apple earbuds, play the beat in your ear while you spit it live. Like, I don't know. It's mad things you could do in the interim. It's C19 season. We make it happen over here.
Yo, I need the paperwork, Champy. I need to know who's gonna be under the barrel come Saturday. Is he gonna be? Is he getting the rematch with Cash?
I mean, look, we about to bring on the commissioner of the TBB Rap Federation. I don't know if we gonna give him commissioner status, but he's definitely the facilitator. He's definitely making putting everything together. But commissioner would be like end all be all. But he did counterpunch, so we going to Antonio. Talk to us. Oh man, Sony, I apologize. He just specifically told me to stop saying that. Yo, you gotta change that. That's the problem. My eyes is gonna say what I see. My mouth is gonna say what my eyes see.
Yo, that's real talk, bro. Word up. I gotta get with Stainless on that so he can tell me how to change my name in the back channel. But yo, bro, I just wanted to say, bro, okay, I'm gonna dead the whole Wu-Tang question because I can see I keep falling on that question every time you have a guest on, so I'm a dead that, yo.
Bruh, this one laughed at you too. I told you they too young, man. They too young. Them kids. Look, what is he? 20 maybe?
23?
Yo, word up to Stainless. And yo, I love what Stainless said because this whole Freestyle Saturday thing, I think it'll go a long way if the veterans of it, like Stainless, Info Joe, and I'm calling you out too, Intrigue, if we all put our guards down and we battle each other also. Because Ness, you like to criticize us on that we always try to go out to Mario, but we never battle each other. So I love the fact that Stainless said that. And I think the back channel and you guys will love to see us battle each other too in the weeks to come. So shout out to Stainless for putting that out there, yo. Great show tonight, bro. TBV for life. Peace and love.
You already know,
Bruh,
Sony. Let
be
me just
dope.
tell you something. That Stainless is only saying what I've been saying to every fighter, and he just put it into boxing, right? It's like make your own lane. Everybody coming at Money Made Munguia, like he's the A-side, he's the Canelo of this, and he gets to choose. He gets to choose. He gets to choose. So make your own lane. And see the way Stainless is talking. As soon as he made that clear distinction, I'm with East Coast Promotions. Boom. The way he talking is just like he's already making headlines. Like, yo, I'm coming for all of y'all. He put the smoke out. The signals is in the air. Like, come on. Yeah. We're going to Idris in the UK. What up? Damn, a lot of people jumped on late status. What up?
What's good, man? Listen,
You up late, man. How are you?
I know, man. I'm all right, man. You know, well, do you know what? The back channel has been keeping me up lately, man. Well, they get into some interesting topics. Sometimes boxing, sometimes out. Not boxing, you know what I mean. But a little bit of breaking news. I'm with J&J Promotions, yeah. But it's a Al Heyman advisors type of role. So I'm kind of a free agent. If that makes sense. You got to learn, but you know, Heyman, man, you know, the back end money. You don't know about the back end money, man. You think I'm making a mill, but you don't know about the house, man. Out in Texas, that Charlo house. Give me a good offer soon, man. Listen, Saturday, yeah, I'm dropping that highly anticipated 16. And then after that, it's, you know, I'm coming for everyone, man. Especially Doomy and Cash.
Oh man, Idris.
Damn.
Yo, you saw how he said it too, right? Like we're the low hanging fruit. Me and Cash.
You know
Me and
what?
Cash,
It's like,
me and
you
Cash
know,
are the gazelle near the
listen,
water.
I want to take that Lomachenko route, you know, quick 16 on the Saturday, then take me straight into the, you know, and then up the ladder like that.
You know what
8
happened
fights,
to Brazil when he
3
tried
weight
to go
divisions.
too fast, man? You're gonna run into Salito.
Oh, that's a bar
Listen,
right
listen. 8 fights, 3 weight divisions. That's how I'm doing it. All right, I'm not taking that slow. I'm not taking that slow route up the chain. And remember, I've got advisory role with J&J Promotions, so you know that's what it is.
So okay.
That's what he said.
How many champions
we
they
saying,
got?
man, you don't-
How many champions they got? That's what I'm saying. All you weirdos keep signing with weirdo promotions.
Listen, it's like no. This is the Rock. It's the Rock sport. It's the Rock. It's like the Rock Nation deal, innit? Like they had Andre Ward and everybody else was nobody. I'm Andre Ward. I'm the guy that's running this. Everybody else is no one.
How are you, Andre Ward? You're 0-0. Bad analogy.
In his mind.
Don't worry. Wait till Saturday, then you'll see.
Yeah, I'm dying to see, man. But listen, someone sent me that dude from the UK. I think his name is Eyes, and he was spitting bars on boxing, and even he don't sound good.
Listen, man, I don't know about no Eyes, but all.
I don't know about your internet. What happened, champ? People gonna think I cut you off.
He gonna come in here with some AJ bars. Come on, champion.
Yo, AJ actually could spit. For that to be freestyles, AJ could actually spit, keeping it GZ.
Man, that's AJ's go-to bar, bro. Get out of here.
What you mean, go-to bar? Yo, I like that bar.
He memorized that bar.
Give me a couple words. Maybe 2 words, not 4. I like to blow my trumpet and that.
Like to blow my trumpet.
In my last fight, I had to watch my weight. I'm eating too much, even though I'm a heavyweight.
Hey!
I'm on time and I'm never ever late. I'm hustling hard so I can go on and be a great.
Hey!
In JD, chilling with my mates. I stay low key, never ever moving bait. Keep it calm,
Bring me along. Man, that shit get smart with my palm.
AJ!
Yo! with my palm, bruh. AJ Bay set it off.
The accent really does it, huh?
It does.
Told you. He said, I don't like to blow my own trumpet.
What's that?
Yo, what slang they got out there? I don't like to blow my own trumpet. Nah, I'm messing around. I've heard that in the U.S., but that sounds real weird in the 20th century. Keep it G. Nah.
We'll see what Idris bringing to the table, man. He's speaking real high and the mighty. We're gonna see. We're gonna have to match people up, man. The undercard gotta look as good as the main card. So we're gonna solidify everything. We gotta send out the press conference.
He said play that back one more time. Dog, this would be like TBV after dark throwing the hot, jams, but like throw that super chat up there. We going to James Benitez. What up? James. James. I think James just listening. Unless it ain't James and it's Jay. Jay. All right, we out then. Yeah, man, that's GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Final thoughts. It was a great show. Good topics. Man, it's only 2 more weeks, maybe 3. Till we get some boxing, so a little 21-day countdown, and we're going to get some live boxing. So very, very excited about that. Want to thank everybody that tuned in. We'll be back tomorrow morning. We have Robert Diaz scheduled for 10 a.m. And I don't think I've scheduled anybody for 9:30, but I might lock in Jamel Herring, the WBO champion. So I'm just waiting.
That would be
I'm just waiting back. No, Doomy's gonna tell me, "Oh, you didn't give me time."
Here it comes.
Pout face. Hey Mario. Pout face. Yo, this is what other hosts can't take. So shout out to Mario. He's left and he's back and he's here. So that means his skin is tough. And Doomy, that's my best friend, so I know he could take it. But this is what the other hosts can't take. He's like, little pout face. Yo, he's in the background, Mario, telling me I didn't give him proper time to prepare for Shakur.
Failed as a skipper.
Now listen, Mario, I'll take full blame when it comes to you because I did not put it in the calendar. But
dropped the ball.
But Blockhead over there.
I dropped the ball.
Look, he don't want me to talk. He don't want me to talk. Blockhead over there has supposed to have been taking the reins of IG for like 60 days already. Meanwhile, he didn't see an interview scheduled since like May 6 or something.
I remember that one going on there, but I forgot all about it.
It was
like so long ago. And you know who I remember too? What's his name from used to commentate for Showtime?
Brian Custer?
Brian Custer. Yo, Brian Custer
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though, Ness? Like, I know boxing, I know Shakur, I don't know. Hold on, check this out. I don't know if it's because he's like a local star that I get a little more excited than I normally would, man. And yeah, I definitely dropped the ball a couple times. There's so many other things after the interview that I would have liked to ask him, but shout out to Shakur anyway for coming on. What I do notice a lot about him in his interviews is that he's well composed, laser focused. So nothing but good things coming out of Newark with Shakur. And yeah, I did ask if he's doing anything in Newark. He doesn't train in Newark, but that's just the local guy in me. I guess asking these questions.
You know what? Don't even trip, because at the very least, I won the debate between me and Ness that happened like 3 weeks ago, because he said it himself. It wasn't a duck. So
I don't even know what that was.
Shock another. Oh, I know you don't remember. But
I know,
worry.
but that's what I'm saying, Mario.
I'll send it to you, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
but Mario, this is what I'm saying. Unless you clip it, put it back on air, plus have your cousin Adam edit Shakur's new call in, like, you're stacking wins in your head. I beat you 3.
You know why? Because you forget what you said.
No, because it's like I told you, just like Keith Thurman said, it's a race to 7, so it's a race to 1. It's per show. The debate is this show. He's talking about, yo, remember that time?
I got you.
Remember that time we were talking about Warrington 3 weeks ago? It's like,
all right,
dude.
All right.
Yeah.
But you goalpost. We gonna push the goalpost.
Bro, there is no goalpost with Ness.
Dude, yo, let me go to Boomerang Stainless.
Yo, what up?
What up?
Yo, maybe it's just the weed talking, but don't you got the instrumental too? Like, you can just play the instrumental. You don't have to play my verse.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. It's somewhere around here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some people
I
can
think
use
they
too,
can't.
like,
I think they can't. Like, they don't hear it when, depending who's talking. I think the instrumental fades out. But I did pull it up. Let me see if I can find it.
Cause I'm thinking, like, if we on Skype, you know what I'm saying, as far as that, like, you know what I'm saying, even if we, like, decide cause we was thinking, like, Cypher, you know what I'm saying, like, cause some people don't want to battle, some people want to freestyle, some people, you know, need music, you know what I'm saying, so as long as we got rights to stuff, it should be no problem to play it on there, right?
Absolutely right.
All right, well, I got over 100 beats, man, that are unused beats, you know what I mean, that I own rights to. So, you know, maybe you and I or me and Mario, or, you know, maybe the commission can get together and we can select a few beats that we can play on random too. So if some people want to get in, maybe we can cipher at the end, do it on Skype.
Oh, that
you know
would
what I'm
be
saying? Figure
dope.
that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ways to do it, and I'm trying to like, you know, that rap, that's my thing. So I got plenty lanes in that. So I'm trying to grow that as much as possible. And I don't want anybody to feel turned away, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them to feel so criticized or anything, like, you know what I'm saying? It's all in good fun at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I battled Mario twice. The first time he called me cold. The first time, you know, the second time I lost dead on, I got to accept that, and I can still come back, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't something where we turn each other away. It's still family here. It's all love. It's just a little bit of competition, and you know what I'm saying? I still got to get mine back on Mario, you know what I'm saying? But as long as we out here, you know what I'm saying, I feel like it should be a free-for-all on that battle. But I want a cipher too, you know what I'm saying? I know 704, you know what I'm saying, my coach, he don't do nothing but freestyle. So it'd be good to have some cats that can freestyle on boxing bars, because sometimes it's difficult to, you know, and Mario can probably attest to this too, and some other battle rappers, it's difficult enough to focus your rhymes in on one person and then have to attribute most of your metaphors to boxing. You know what I'm saying? It makes it even more difficult. So some people can't do that. So if they got that format to cipher, I think we should open up, you know what I'm saying, the idea or the grounds for that too. But Mario, if you got your verse ready, man, if nothing else, Ness, I know you can play that beat and let that man spit that verse. He ain't got to spit it a cappella. That don't make sense to me. That, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got the beat.
Man, Mario ducking at work, man. Y'all keep playing. Mario's ducking at work.
I can spit it on Saturday.
If Mario ducking, then you got to start saying Intrigue name again. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Intrigue.
Mario ducking a song. Mario ducking a song. He's still the king of rap battle.
I would rather spit it with the beat. But if I do that, then the beat cuts out.
You don't want the beat. No, that's your excuse that the beat cuts out. You make that excuse. You don't want the beat.
Go back and listen. The beat cuts out. I'm telling you.
The
so
beat,
I might as well
bruh.
spit it a capellas.
You don't want the beat, bruh. Excuses, muses. Oh, where you at, Mario? Ha ha! Yeah! TBV!
Mario, Fireflower. Yo, a beat changes everything though.
I can spit, man. I don't need a reason, man. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Uh-oh, I can't hear the beat again. It dropping off in my headphones. That's why I told fucking Ness no. Oh, my bad, I cursed. Ain't nothing the worst as dropping that curse word. at the end. Yo, that beat dropped so bad in your ear, right?
I don't know. I hear it perfectly on my end.
Yo, as soon as I start, like right now I'm talking, it's out of
No, it starts. Yeah, it starts going all in and out.
Oh, it goes out for y'all. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, and that's what I said. It's the mic cancellation for the So the Chaka podcast. But you could always call into that Skype and then spit on that side. Like I'm sure Stainless could jump on. Stainless, jump on that verse. Let me hear you. Let me see where you at. Oh.
Yo, jabs to the head, hook to the throat, maybe the body. Can you hear it?
I hear it.
Check.
We hear you.
Cut. I'm just making sure I ain't cut.
No, it's perfect.
That's the sound.
You gonna have
All
to
right,
spit.
cool.
Hopscotching.
Cause I hear it cutting on my end.
Do you?
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, I told you.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, not for me.
Find another way.
See, y'all gonna have to get y'all talent on then. See, for me, I hear the master, and that's what I'm telling y'all about the cough gate. You see what I'm saying? I get the master because I am the mixer. And that's what that's the purpose of a mix. Speaking of mix, Stainless, you need to get that beat mix and match. That shit is far too bass heavy. But
adjust it on your mixer.
No, all I could do, I can't adjust it on my mixer because my mixer adjusts this entire line.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So if I reduce the bass on the track,
you're gonna reduce everything.
You're gonna reduce all the bass on our volume on our voice as well. But that is that beat crazy. It's just y'all ain't official. Y'all ain't official, man. If y'all was official,
where's the reggaeton you was popping out with? Let's go, champ.
Ain't nobody talking about reggaeton. But is this beat though?
Yo, it's this beat.
Right
Let me
there.
See if I can fall into that.
Yeah, the beat dope info. So get on the track. Get on the track, huh? Yo, give me your paper and pen so I can write about my life of sin. That 10 by 10, the box that they put me in. From. Oh, look, let me stop. I told y'all, man. Yo, it's the beat. It gives you power. But nah, Ness GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch me on the next one. Idris, that was a shot. You better be careful, man. You better be careful coming at the champ. Yo.
At Maury McGee on Twitter, at Maury McGee on Instagram. Probably gonna have to change Ness's name to Money Made because he only spits one bar every 2 years.
he spits one diamond bar. He gets the diamond belt for that.
Yeah, I'm the franchise champ, baby.
Yo, you can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_LAINZ. Same thing on TikTok, Alex Linus TBB on Twitter. And yeah, this Saturday it is gonna happen. The battle will go down. The cards are gonna be laid out. Hopefully by tomorrow, I'm gonna talk to East Coast Promotions head Nestor Gibbs. He'll let me know exactly.
Well, we got our main event. Enrique is gonna be taking on the rematch with Getty. I mean, Mario got options. If he wants to be ready, I can get him something. Same thing with you. Whoever wants to get on. I'm waiting on Antonio. Me and Antonio was talking. Let me tell you what he was thinking about before we go. Oh my God, I keep saying Antonio. You got to really change that. Stainless, help that man. Send him a video. You could. Oh, Stainless don't got no. See, if you would have had an iPhone, Stainless, you could have did a screen share of your video showing them the process. Yeah, now what I'm saying. But let me see. Where did you send this? Sony, can you bump that message to the top, champ? I don't even see. Where is that?
Yeah, I just need to know who all this energy focus.
He sent me a potential card, man, and it's pretty decent. We just gotta figure some stuff out. Sony, can you bump that to the top? Or you an Android dude too, and you can't multitask on that phone? I swear. I'm a brand snob. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
he'll
on.
shame you till you get an Apple phone, like
Sony.
he did me.
Sony.
Yes, I got you, bro. I'm sending it to the back channel right now.
No, man, hit me on the IG again so I can have it in my hand. Just bump the message. Just go back to the message and say, yo, that's it. And then I'll see the old card you already wrote there. Dead air. Yo, you know, I still ain't get Jared Anderson, the real big baby. You know, that I'm only calling him the real big baby because that's actually his ring name. I would be more inclined to call him the new big baby.
Jared Anderson? It's
yes, Jared
the
Anderson.
New big baby.
He's a top rank heavyweight. He's like 3 or 4-0. He's also trained by K Kimura, bro. Bro, we got to get K Kimura, man. Like, I've been talking to him, but he, you know, I told y'all his publicist is Julie. Bro, he got all the talent. He got a lot of top rank talent. He's got Jared Anderson, which is the real big baby. He's got Michaela Mayer, you know, which I was excited for her fight. She was gonna fight, you know, the toughest opponent probably of her career in terms of experience. All right, someone just hit me up. Let me see what's up. Stainless said, Ness, what up?
Yo,
what up,
Jared Anderson, champ. This is one of the guys that I don't know.
Bro,
I never
kill these guys, man. I need this in my phone. Keep telling y'all that Skype is a totally different computer, but fine. Make me work extra hard. Fine, guys. Let's see. We got TBV Presents in the booth 2 Freestyle Saturday. So they're saying the host is myself. Ring announcer will be my main man Stainless, and he's gonna open up with a freestyle. Then we got co-main event, or rather the main event part 2, the rematch, Greatness versus Casual. They put Greatness first because he beat Casual already. And then we got
A-side.
Main undercard, Doomy versus Idris from the UK. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not approving that. Like, Doomy doesn't just fight some dude that isn't even known. We'll talk. We'll talk.
I'm gonna beat that boy.
Y'all know I beat that boy. We got a warm-up boxing undercard freestyle by Izzy. Then it says Izzy gonna do his freestyle open up Doomy versus Idris if that gets approved. Ring announcer for the will be Stainless for the freestyle to open up the main event for Greatness and Casual. Voters, it depends now because I got to reschedule Julian Rodriguez, but he's saying, you know, possibly a special guest because I did want to get Julian Rodriguez, who, you know, raps himself and stuff like that. And then he said the Bat Channel is proposing 3 rounds, but we're dead in that. You know what I mean? It's too bad. It's 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? You get the 3rd if needed, but like you're supposed to be able to, like, why you need 2 rounds to get the job done? Like, damn. I mean, 3 rounds. I don't even get it.
Yeah,
but he's saying it's traditional. Oh, you
want me on that card? Even if you just want me to like open up. Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
we could
if
do
there's
something.
a battle you think that's worth it, cool. But if not, then just get me on that card somehow.
I mean, you looking for a tune-up or you looking for a name? You know, what you looking for?
I'm looking for whatever you think.
Stay
is
busy
the
fight.
Right
Stay busy
direction.
I mean,
yeah,
stay busy.
Cool. Yeah, that's
no, because
cool.
stay busy, then that opens up the door for like nobodies, right? Because
okay. Well, then I could just spit, but just get me on the card. Like,
no, I mean it's totally up to you. You wanna take on a nobody. There's a few nobodies out there. You want to take on a name? Then
I want you to send me 3 names.
That's what I want. Is that I know how you do, man. You got that. You got that fighter's mentality. I'll send you 3 names. You're gonna pick the name, not the hard name. You're gonna pick the name that you believe the public is demanding.
You're right.
You know? And that's cool though. That's cool.
Boxing bars, right? I guess everybody's loving the boxing bars. We mentioned in the booth with TBV.
Yeah, people really like that.
Yeah, we'll go with boxing bars.
Boxing bars sound fine to me. They need to make sure Sony knows. Sony the one over here talking about in the booth too.
Yo, DBX, last one for the night. Salute the GOAT. NO on the super chat.
That's what's up.
Yeah, good to hear NO again.
Yo, Steve in the UK says, surely narcotics should be banned from this contest. Some of the greatest lyrics of all time come from people absolutely
blasted.
What? Absolutely effed off their faces on grade A gear? Gear or grade
Ganja?
A or grade A, you know, stuff. But yeah, man, we out. Next GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Peace. Arrivederci.